Yas, queen, yas. We are in the building.
There's a sparkle in your eyes. I feel the warmth of your skin. Just the touch.
I don't know about y'all, but this song is bomba clot fire.
Makes me
fire.
Tremble within. Love the smell of your hair. Lying here in my bed.
Richie Rich, what it do?
Gonna be alone. 'Cause with you, I'm finally coming home. I wanna be with you always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. That's what my heart says. I wanna be with you always.
Yeah.
You are my world in every place. It's the things that you do, and it's the smile on your face. And as time goes by, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place. Without your love, I am out of place.
Hey, y'all know yet, but
without you,
preview mode is the
I
truth.
am just a trace. I love you with all of my heart. Together forever, never to part. I wanna be with you always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. That's what my heart says. I wanna be with you always. Always, yeah. You are my world in every place. Oh, it's the things that you do. It's the things you do, baby. And it's the smile on your face. Smile on your face. And as time goes by, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place. It's the things that you do. The things that you do. And it's the smile on your face. The smile on your face. And as time goes by, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place.
About we're using this wide angle lens is
Yeah, boy. What's cracking lacking? We are live in the building. Let me hit the intro real quick. Look, just like this.
On you.
Yes, there we go, folks. What's cracking lacking? Good morning. Welcome to the Shizzo. It's your man, Doc Rock, in the building. Today, we are fitting to get into some heated discussions, but something y'all need to know. Actually, we want to bring you a little bit of flavor. We want to talk about something a little bit different today. We are going to get into, like, what is the dopest vlogging camera in the market right now and why you should be doing vlogging as a business blogger. Like, if you're running a business or just running your channel, like whatever it is, why you should do a little vlogging in order to, like, just build better relationship with your squad, with your tribe. Like, yeah, it's funny. I can tell you the reason why I wanted to have my illustrious guests on here is they're my business partners. Let's not get it twisted. However, yeah, one of us comes with like a lot of experience in the vlogging and telling your story. Vlogging brings better connectivity between yourself, the product, yourself, the business, yourself, the entity, and your tribe. And we're going to dig into that a little bit. So if you're new around these parts, down in the comment, be like, hello, I'm new around here. Cheers, mate. Oh, Chris Wood is going to kill me. That was probably super horrible.
Go on you.
And then if you're watching this on Replay Squad, English. I'm going to start out today with this kind of twisted up English, my English. Right down in the bottom, if you're watching this on replay, let us know you are here for the Replay Squad. This show is sponsored by nobody, but I'm going to show y'all something a little bit later that I think everybody should know if you're new around these parts. So you want to stick around for that. I don't want to take too much time with the greetings and salutations. So we're going to get in and bring in our illustrious guestesses. So if you guys can please, this is the part where you do standing ovations and rounds of applause. Lee is making fun already of my British accent. Hold on, wait, see? Let me fix something real quick. I just noticed a bug in my life. You must be on brand, Monsignor Doc. Boom, now we are on brand. There you go, Lee. Lee said, I'm telling the Queen. Queen Mother, there's a guy in Hawaii making fun of our accent. Sorry, Lee. Anyway, here we go, gang. Big ups. Yay, round of applause. Buddha, why are you black and white? I just want to know.
You know, because
Oh God.
how I roll, then I just come into schwab.
Rob, my man Rob is saying, today's sponsor is nobody. The people you go to for all of your nothing needs.
Precisely, old chap.
Oh,
If you
my
don't
goodness.
need anything, be sure to come to nothing.com.
We are all going to get killed by Chris Wood and Mikey Blue Eyes and let's see, Lee. Who else is from England? Anita. Hi, Anita. She's from England.
Hello. Chip, chip, cheerio.
Okay, so we're going to get into this real quick. First, if you guys are new around here, like if you're not a regular to the stream, the lovely person we have in the middle is Miss Diana Gladney. She can be found on her channel, Diana Gladney, also known as the Entre Woman for entrepreneurs. She teaches live video strategies, regular video strategies, how to your video so that you become much better at it. And if you was wondering what was supposed to go in that spot, use your imagination because I have the wrong pads loaded. She teaches you how to your videos. Well, that was, come on, dude. Let's get it. She teaches you how to your videos so that way you can be better at your content creation. And now that I finally got that out, we can continue on. Anyway.
Bravo.
That was funny. How you doing, Vlana? Oh my God. Wow. See what happens when you guys wake me up at 4 a.m. for a team meeting?
See, listen, Doc, what you gotta do, Doc, you gotta speak English, mate. If you're not speaking English, nobody knows what the bloody hell you're talking about.
That Cockney was horrible. That was almost Cockney, but yo, we're gonna get in trouble for sure.
I'm doing quite well, quite well.
Hey,
We've been
John,
up
good to
for
see you here,
quite
John.
some time.
John
Been
is
up here
he's
for
on
quite
daddy,
some time, man.
Daddy duty. That's very good to hear. And then next to Mrs. Diana, we have the digital Buddha himself, Mr. David Blackmon of the esteemed law firm Blackmon, and Blackman.
Hey.
How you doing, Buddha? What's cracking?
I'm doing great, and Miss Diana right here next to me has definitely helped me my stuff as well. So just
You're funny.
good, my friend.
There you
I'm
go.
good.
There you go. Tell him, Rich. Hey, where is Tommy? I haven't seen Tommy for a minute. He must be stuck in Poland again. Oh, Lee gave you credit. What? Oh, man. That was
Hey.
good. Wait.
Well, you like a
See?
cup of coffee?
No,
I'm
it's
bad
not.
as you, Doc.
It's not.
Would you like a
coffee,
cup of
it's
tea? A
It's
cup of tea?
It's a
Cuppa.
proper
Proper,
cuppa.
proper cuppa.
And the question of the
proper
day,
cup of tea.
I asked Chris Wood and he clowned me, but the question of the day is PG Tips or Lions? I just want to know. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Let's get
Hello, dear.
one time for Michelle. All right, cool. We're going to get started. I see our family is showing up. Good to see you guys here. Everyone is making it to the party. Mr. Riley, thank you, brother, for showing up. Anyway, so let's dive in. Let me see. I see now I got to pay attention and read to my notes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about why vlogging isn't what you think it is. Vlogging. I'm gonna switch this back and forth today about 900 times today, gang. Vlogging versus blogging. Yeah. So yeah, just like I think I have a new word that I'm trying to make people use, which is the vlogcast. instead of podcast because everybody's trying to learn how to do it with their camera and then take the audio portion and just post it to iTunes and then call it a day. And it's not that it can't be done. It can be done. Talib Kweli does it really well. So does Expeditiously Mr. Tip Harris. There's a couple other cats that do it really well. Joe Rogan, Leo Laporte, and the gang.
When you know your brand is strong enough, and you know what I'm saying, you got true fan status for real with your people, not assumed true fans, like bona fide true fans.
Right. Bona fide. Mr. Riley. We're a couple months late. But yes, that's funny. All right, cool. So let's talk about that. So vlogging itself isn't what most people think it is. And we do want to cover like how it can help you grow your influence, expand your reach, and engage better with your audience.
And Doc Rock has been distracted by us.
No, Alexa started talking in the other room, and I thought, like, yo, Alexa, stop.
Alexa, turn the lights off.
Alexa, stop.
Everybody's house just went off.
Oh, sorry. Everybody house is like doing all kind of weird stuff. My bad. Anyway, sorry. It's supposed to be you say, "Hey, lady, hey, lady." Oh, wait, hey, ladies. Oh, there you go. All right, cool. Jasmine, welcome to the party. Jasmine is long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey.
Glad to see you could actually make it here really quick. That is super dope. Thank you. Aloha and welcome, as we say here in Hawaii. Ikomamai.
Ikomamai.
That means like welcome. Ikomamai.
Rob says David triggered his lights. Oh, gosh. Well, we apologize. Well, Alexa, turn the lights back on and then turn them off again.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to throw a big point out there. Listen, I know what you've been told, but vlogging isn't just for millennials or like, travel influencers or beauty bloggers or Casey Neistats of the world. Vlogging can be a fantastic way to grow your audience. One of the most famous vloggers if I asked you who are some of the most famous vloggers, people would hit Casey Neistat. People might say Peter McKenna. People might say, some of the other folks out there. Not a lot of people are going to say Gary Vaynerchuk, but that's what he do. He's vlogging. He's telling you what to do. He's giving you business advice, but he's vlogging like all day, like very well so, 15 times a day, according to him. Right. So anything you want to add to that, Ms. D?
It's always, whenever we talk about some form of content, everybody always gets into what they like and what they don't like personally and letting that dictate business decisions, and you will always fail every single time. Or it's like saying that I'm not going to get into the hamburger business because I don't like a McDonald's cheeseburger. Like, you know what I'm saying? The justifications that people make around, stuff like that it's very illogical to me. And so even if there are creators that are doing a thing that you don't like, so what? It's also channels that you pay for on your cable or maybe that you used to that you don't like, or it shows on Netflix that you pay for that you don't like and you don't watch them. And that still doesn't dictate your decision as to whether or not you purchase and you have that monthly subscription. So I think that's a mindset shift that needs to happen for entrepreneurs and content creators alike, and especially, like I phrase it, content creating entrepreneurs. You're getting into that space. That's one of the things you have to shift is like what you decide to do content wise for your business and what's going to serve not just your company, but your audience and your community can't be dictated by your likes and dislikes. It's about serving your people. So you always got to lead with the them first mentality. So it's like that always throws me off, and people are like, I don't like Casey Neistat, or I don't really, I don't like. It's like, who said that this was about you? It's like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like, well, I think I'm gonna have kids, and it's just like, yeah, I think my cat is hungry. It's like, what is that gonna have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, or it's like, man, I think Joe's over there having a stroke, and it's like, you know what, my nails are chipped. It's like, what?
That's that kind of like illogical response that kind of triggers in my mind when people say stuff like that.
Yeah, I think
it's
for
funny.
me, I think with the vlogging and stuff, what's really great is that it allows you to really find your tribe. Because I promise you, if you're interested in whatever thing you're interested in, there are people on planet Earth that are interested in it as well. And that's
Yep.
one of the beautiful things of the internet is that Diana is 100% correct. If you pigeonhole yourself into, just what you like, you're missing the whole thing, because people will find their tribe online. A couple of years ago, I met a woman in an RV park where I was traveling. I don't remember where it was, but she was a retired school teacher, and her passion was reading children's books. I said, I promise you. And she was looking for a new business, something that she could like build up, and sustainable and travel in an RV around the country as she was retired. And I told her, I said, get on YouTube, just start reading children's books. I promise you there's going to be people that are come listen to you read children's books because
Correct.
they enjoy that same thing.
For
Well,
sure.
and then a lot of people their kids aren't reading, so they need somebody to get
Right.
back to them. So yeah, that is really, really dope, right? Now, one of the things too, I definitely back you up on this, David. There's definitely someone out there who is into the same thing you're into, no matter the strange
Right.
needs. I have, rabbit holing, found some extremely, I would say, particular niche on YouTube, and I look, and then there's a circle of them, like they're all doing things, and I don't mean anything weirder, like running around the street with half of a costume on and the other half naked, nothing like that, but. I might have done that.
But they're out there, but they're out there too.
There's random things out there, right? One of the ones that I thought was super dope that I got rabbit holed into and I watched for a minute because it was just impressive. Have you seen really crazy popsicle art or popsicle stick art?
No.
Like build.
But I watched.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Well, I take that back. I have seen some because it's like you'll see them do something like a Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying, and it's
that's
just
what
like
I'm talking about.
how you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Right? How? And then the other one that I saw back in the day, which is common now, but back in the day it wasn't so common, really large structures with Lego.
Right.
I mean, crazy large structures. This dude built the USS Missouri. USS Missouri floats down the road a little bit. It's in the water over here. Some dude came here on vacation, fell in love with it, went home, and spent 3 years building like a giant, like 8-foot USS Missouri in his basement out of Lego. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, how many people until the internet and YouTube ever even heard of ASMR?
I didn't.
That kind of stuff that's like massively huge on YouTube. You go to some of those channels and they've got millions of subscribers and tens of millions of views. And
You know what
you've
it
never
is?
even heard somebody
You
scratching on
don't
the
have
microphone. before.
you don't have a thing where you hear a certain sound and it moves up the thing in your back of your the hair on the back of your neck. English today, Doc. So we wouldn't have known, right? I don't have a sound that makes that back of my hair, on my neck stand up. But but my sensitivity is in my nose. This thing is huge, right? So there's certain I can smell certain something from a mile away and just tell you what it is, or like it brings back a memory. It harkens back to the day that Grandma used to bake chocolate chip cookies, and then she'd be like, "Hey Neil, don't those smell good?" Sorry, Matrix twist. But yeah, so
100%.
everybody has one of those things, and just because yours isn't ears, maybe ASMR you think it's funny, but look at the amount of folks that have channels with millions of views. I mean, crazy views. Yeah, it's pretty dope. One of the ones that I find myself listening to a lot is that I'll listen to beach sounds because we're not supposed to be really out there like that. And I want to go to sleep. And where I used to live in Diamond Head, and like the water was right there. So I used to fall asleep listening to the ocean smash against the rock at the surf break. And so sometimes if the insomnia is kicking, I'll just go and I'll press this video. And I never really noticed the view count. The other day I looked at it and it was like 58 million views.
Wow.
I was like, bruh, I live here.
Why aren't you recording it?
Holler back. I live here now about 40 years. I never thought about sticking the camera outside and just letting it watch the ocean splash against the rocks.
Yeah.
Well, if I do that here, it will get stolen. But yeah, I never thought about like taking a big array of microphones and sitting outside and getting some of that nice sounds. It'd be really interesting. Or go to Big Island where the lava is flowing into the ocean and the island is growing, and just video that and get the sounds of that, and then somebody will sit there and watch that to get their feels on whatever.
Well,
anyway,
I watched the travel vlogging. I probably let that channel run. And I know I'm giving them some nice chunk of income just from, being YouTube Premium. And so just watching it straight through, and their episodes are like an hour. So it's like a group of 5 guys, and they go to different trails across the US, and they basically have created their own Discovery Science channel. One guy's just like super into botany and plants and stuff like that, so he can identify, this one's a sycamore tree and this one is a tulip poplar and blah 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 type of a stuff. And I just sit there and just soak it up, because like we can't go outside, we can't really, you can, but it's just like it's still kind of weird or whatever. So like to get those experiences or see what it'll be like and all those different things. So it's like when we think of like, oh, I'm boring, da 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 da, I'm pretty sure the guy who started the channel that's all into plants and whatever else would never think how many people fall in love with him more, because he helped them identify something that they could, expose to their friends or teach their kids, like, hey, this plant is edible and it's often used for, because you watch it off of a YouTube video. So your interest in the things that you like or where you're at and what you're doing in your business, you may think this is the most mundane, boringest thing. And there's no point in me sharing that, where somebody else is bumping their head against the wall, wishing that they could have somebody exposed to them. How do I write, a good, paragraph for school? Right. How do I write a good sentence? How do I journal? You know what I'm saying? Like something like calendar comparisons, I watch.
So
because I want to know between a bullet journal and between the Panda planner and between the, all the different things. And it makes sense to us, and it is something that's needed, and it's something that's appreciated. So there's no such thing as boring content. And I don't think there's no such thing as like weird content either, unless you honestly get into weird stuff. But it's just like the, you know what I'm saying? I think it's super, I just think it's like, if you devalue content that you can create from your normal business and things that you're doing, then you honestly are devaluing your business.
Okay, before we dive, hold on real quick.
I want to say
we
one
dive
more
further
thing,
down this thing, I'll let you get in. I just want to make sure we cover this. Junior, we would definitely touch on this real quick. But go ahead, David.
Okay. Yeah, I think one thing that people miss with audiences is they instantly think about, what does my audience like? What do they want to see? And you definitely want to hone your channel for that. But there's an entirely different audience, and I'm kind of like this as well. I'm learning. I'm watching what you're doing. I want to know how you're doing things. So I might not necessarily be into what you're into, but because you do it so well, I want to take some of those bits and pieces and bring it over into my channel. When I first started watching YouTube, I watched a self-sustainable female woman that was growing and living off the land. I had no desire to do what she was doing, but she had such a large audience and she was so engaging. I learned from her. So I think, think about those types of things in regards to audiences as well, because people will come and follow you just for that as well.
Yeah, and then now he moved to the forest in Oregon. I'm just saying. Okay, before I talk on my brother Junior, I got to represent Junior because Junior's from Hawaii, and so, sorry, he just get extra. But we got a celebrity in the building. Everybody, put your hands together.
Well, thank you.
For the
glad to be here
wonderful
today.
Heather Ramirez.
Hey, Heather.
Yay, she made it through her channel.
Heather.
How you like that?
Okay, so let's touch on this real quick. Junior asked the question about vlog versus live stream. I'm going to say off the top of my head, broski, they're a little bit different. And here's why I think that. Okay, live streaming is dope. As you can tell, we do this. As a matter of fact, I do it fingers, dude. 4 times a week. I'm out here. I'm out here live streaming because I like the interaction. Okay, so Junior, you're from here. Nothing better for us than a quick paina get together, voila out, with whoever. Some random new person comes in. Initially, everybody, Loa, how you doing? Cuz let me get you a beer. The next time they come in, oh, bruh, get it yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why the reason why I like live streaming is no different than our lifestyle here in Hawaii. We connect with people. We automatically wrap them in. They become part of the fam, and then next thing you know, they're out there doing their own streams and they invite you on and you're doing each other's show. Like that kind of activity, that stuff that we're used to. We're very communal here on the islands. I know in some places like in the U.S. they've lost some of that, but no, the people still got it in it. Everybody just been told to be scared of everybody. So that's why it's harder. So I like live streaming because it brings communities together, and we're in 3 disparate parts of the country, but we show up every week at the same time. I got cats on here all the way from the UK. Chris just said, what's up? Chris just got finished Taekwondo class. He out here. Lee's out here. I love that part, bro. So that's there. But what the vlogging aspect does is will give us, okay, I'll use myself for an instance. It will give us an opportunity to show off a little bit more of the Aina. Like I can share the Aina with my friends. So that's the island for those of you guys who are listening. Sorry, I'm talking to Junior, so mind your business. So I can share a little bit more of the Aina with my friends. At the same time, talk about the business of YouTube, the business of growing the channel, and the business of starting a brand new startup in the middle of the pandemic with these two and the other two. Right? So by sharing that, you're getting to see a little bit of my area. You're sharing my culture. You get to be like, man, Hawaii food is incredible. No wonder you fat. Like, man, Hawaii ladies is fun. How can I come visit you after the pandemic, son? Slow down. That kind of stuff I wouldn't be able to do if I only sat in my studio and streamed. So I like that concept of sharing with that. And so, I think that's the option, brother.
I see like Mr. Camera Junkie, he's saying like live stream is greater than vlogs. I think again, it's one of those things you got to reframe. Your channel is like a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like a network in more traditional terms. It is not a versus kind of a thing. It's a and kind of a thing. So it's not like you should choose between the two, or should I because even that narrows down into should I do a recorded versus live streaming content. It's not a versus, it's an and. You need multiple things on your menu at your restaurant, so if this is your channel is the restaurant, you may specialize in burgers and fries. You could specialize in meals that require a knife and fork. You could specialize in a certain type of food like seafood or whatever, but you need multiple things on the menu. And
Sorry,
it's not a versus kind of thing. Oh, nice reverse dealer.
My brother, you guys watching the replay, my brother June is telling Junior a nice first 3 letters because they both got the June. All right.
Right. June and June 8 and June.
Oh, yeah. So,
Junior.
If you hang around, you'll become June 3 because we got June 8 and then we got my brother June, who's June 1.
Right.
Always going to be 1 because he's my brother.
Yeah. But it's like, so don't think of it like a versus kind of thing. Think of it as an and, because recorded content is necessary. So when somebody's searching for something, they're looking for an answer, they can find it. Or, simply because not everything needs to be an hour-long conversation. Yet and still there are dialogue type topics, like we're talking about the best vlogging cameras or camera. And for this year, and we're going to be comparing some different options. Okay, that's a conversation. We're bringing you into the conversation. And even if it's just the 3 of us up here and a few people, we're going to still have a conversation. Whereas there's some other parts of a vlog that's sharing an experience or showing you behind the scenes. So every piece of content serves its purpose for the community, for what they want or what they could see value in and get value out of. So it's just like, it's really not a versus kind of thing. Everybody obviously got a preference or will develop into a preference, but don't think of it like as a versus. Look at it like an and, because your channel and your content and your audience is going to need all the above.
Yeah, the main thing for me real quick is just, the thing about the vlogging is a little bit, you're opening the kimono more, right? You're letting people see a little bit more of you. The live stream, you guys know I'm goofy, I'm weird, I'm out there, like I'm a nerd, like I do my thing, like I love my island. You guys know all of that stuff. But I haven't really had the opportunity, except for Vlogmas, to show you outside of the lab. You guys all know the lab inside and backwards. You know which Star Wars place is where. But when I go to the North Shore and go to Matsumoto Shave Ice, y'all be like, yo, what is that? Oh, how do I get one of those? Can you just do that in the house? No, your knife ain't sharp enough. and you don't have that good Malolo syrup to go with it. You know, you're missing some things. You could try to do it in the house, but it ain't the same. You know, and it's not a slushy like it where you live. Ours is different. And yeah, I think there's some things in that. Go ahead, David. Sorry.
Well, I think first of all, let me say, did everybody else just visualize Doc opening his kimono when he said that, bringing us in?
We need it not.
I
We need it
think-
not.
I think the vlog versus live streams, it is two separate kind of things. I think for me, instantly what I go to is post-production. You know, a lot of vlogging typically tends to have a lot of post-production. It's more produced. Live streaming is less production. It's push the button and go. So if you're new and you don't have that video experience, video editing experience, you don't know Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, or anything else, start live streaming, producing that video content and stuff. But I think that's an aspect of the difference between those two as well, is the post-production aspect, which can be a lot of work to produce videos and stuff.
100%.
You know, my old mentor T. Harv Eker used to be like, rich people choose both. that was his statement, and I always thought about that because, you know, when you get the opportunity to, you definitely want to choose both. Okay, so audience, this is for you guys, especially again if you're watching on the Replay Squad and you're new around these parts. Let us know in the comments. But here's a question for you: have you yourself tried vlogging? What was your experience, if you'd like to extrapolate upon that? And if not, what's stopping you from vlogging, and how can we help? You know, because we, like us three right here and our other two partners, we like to solve problems. So, you know, let us know. Maybe we'll put together some stuff to help you. But now, before we dive deep into cameras, we wanted to touch really quickly on we're talking about the business standpoint. Now, you can apply this to any type of vlogging, but as business folks, all of us are entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about the entrepreneurial style of vlogging, which Ms. D likes to call documenting the process. Well, I don't even know why I said it like I don't know. She's sitting right there. Come on, Stephanie, teach me how to do this. She's sitting right there.
Teach me how to. Okay.
What? Can you teach me how to? You know what?
So look, Doc. So, and that's the thing is, and I love so that was what I was talking to Doc about. I'm like, I'm super passionate about vlogging. And then you would go to my channel. It's just like, well, why don't you do like a daily vlog? That's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? Nor does it have to for you, or for any other kind of entrepreneurs. And so, I had uncovered that we'll hear Gary Vee say document versus creating, because when people think they got to go create a vlog, they think, let me go and do the cinematic B-roll and coffee like beans flying out the daggone coffee filter and into the garbage disposal down into the sewer system that turns into a PBS channel animation. It's just like, no. Like, we got kids and dinner is due at 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like nobody's saying that. And you do see those that enjoy the creative process, because for them, a vlog may be an outlet. It may be capturing their family experiences and sharing what that is. And then you learn to vibe with that person and you kind of, like the family, and you follow their journey. Or you came because you saw that you were learning something from that person. They also have a vlog and you don't really know what it's about, but somehow you get hooked into whatever it is that they're doing. But for entrepreneurs, what we're talking about today, just so you understand the different types, is what's called documentary style vlogging. It's not about us trying to really be super cinematic or us, like you can add some fun stuff and you can definitely practice different things that you can add to your recorded videos because it's a good test ground. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not finna open up the closet and then that opens up into the cabinet in the kitchen. It's like, I'm in the office. I need to work like for several hours in a row. Right. So it's like, oh, well, that's going to be boring. No, it's not, because I can sit here and I can pull up my camera And, I'd be like, so I just got off a call with a super difficult client. I decided to go ahead and end the relationship. So one of the things that I do when I'm ending a relationship with a client is I go through and give them great feedback on great work that we've done. And then I break down where I think and why we need to go ahead and part ways, and whether they want to or not. It's like, maybe I have a follow up of who I think would be a great person for them to work with. Or you can say, this was a dope client call, that I had with them. And here's how I know that, in my pre-consultation process, before I ever hire somebody, to make sure I get dope clients. So it don't matter what's going on or what's happening, but that tip right there can let somebody know that's either trying to get into client work, consultation work, or whatever, that's wanting to be full-time, or they're wanting to improve their clientele. That tip could be the difference between them actually getting better clients or them actually dealing with worse clients. So, for me, it's like that documenting is just showing behind the scenes, sharing what you can from your perspective and as you're learning. So you don't have to be and feel like you know what I'm saying? It's just like you're documenting, you're capturing what you're doing already. And the value is there because, again, you look at people like a Steve Jobs, you look at people like, we was even talking about Spike Lee. What if when they first got started in their journey and didn't know what their ultimate goal or what things would fast forward 20 years later would look like? What if they started walking like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go and work at Apple, and I got an idea and a concept that I want to pitch to them, and I want to see if it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? See the uncertainty, see the frustrations, or see the disappointments along the way. It's just like, man, I got an email. I just got 3 of my clients, fired me, and now I don't know what to do.
Okay,
and you know what I'm saying? See, like, you go through it,
Let's cover some audience stuff real quick, and then we dive into the next point. So, first of all, I want to speak on what Heather's saying. Number one, just because her hair matches my background, so you know how I do. Anyway, I started my vlog channel to document my journey in starting a business. 1 year in, I got my first car accident, did a live stream right after the process. That led to a $17,000 client. And so here's the reason why. Because, and again, it could be a myriad reason why Heather's a rock star. Let's just start there. But it's something different when people understand you, people know you, people get to see you for who you are, not just necessarily what you do. They vibe with you, man. They vibe with you. And that connectivity is hard to create just from a one-way style thing. Everyone says, well, I'm not really into the vlogging. But if you ask yourself, from real world, back when it started at real world, were you watching reality TV? That's vlogging, right? So people are like, well, I don't know how to do all of that cinematic, blah, blah, blah. It got nothing to do with it because reality TV ain't cinematic. It's just live. It's just 3 untalented sisters arguing and talking about who's fat and who's prettier and whose boyfriend and what NBA person the oldest one is dating now. You can extrapolate upon that. That's wax show. Anyway, and then one more touch real quick. Big ups to Dana, man. We love you, bro. Yeah, I need that. You and Michelle got to get together with that leopard leotard thing and do your bro.
Stop it.
I was crying. And our homegirl, Michelle, LBC Branding in the chat, she is the leopard's queen. So somehow y'all got to do like a TikTok from a distance, Canada to Atlanta, because that joint was her. Anyway,
USA.
I think more people need to bring in pre-recorded content to their live streams, consider the crossover between live and vlogs, vlogging style of content.
Absolutely.
100% true, bro. And you'll see today, we're going to bring in a little pre-recorded content as a way of explaining some stuff because it was just already explained, so why re-explain it? Anyway, but very valid point. And then back up to Coach, umpire, Keely, number one, because, gotta keep it Canada. Oh, Canada. Love you, Keely. Equipment would definitely be a thing I need help with. Do studio produce vids and live streaming, but vlogging is on different stuff. No, you know what? It's not even about equipment, but we finna get into it. And
we got you.
Bomba clot, shoot fire, bro. We got you. Y'all know we're coming straight with the fire. Now, Mr. Camera Junkie, I love you, brother. Do not sit up in my screen and talk about my editing is the thing, blah, 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 blah. You know me, I don't do limiting beliefs. So what we're going to do is in an afternoon, in one afternoon. I'm going to call it 4 hours. In 4 hours, I can teach you enough stuff about Final Cut that will put you above the average Final Cut user. If you just wanted to be a basic editor, I could teach you that in an hour. But if you want to be an above average editor in Final Cut, it'll take me 4 hours. If you want to do average editing in iMovie, it'll take me 35 minutes, maybe less, because it's that simps. If you want to edit on your iPad, 20 minutes. If you want to edit on your phone, 5 minutes. Editing should not be your problem. Editing is simple, bro.
Yeah.
It is beyond simple. The tools that are out here today, fam, bombaclot easy. India already made the video on how to edit on your iPad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Shelly Saves, I'll get you the link. Shelly Saves course, 27 bones. You'll be editing the iMovie. And she don't go crazy. She edited iMovie all day. And she makes good paper editing iMovie.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a Final Cut nut,
video.
you know?
And I did a tips video on Final Cut Pro as well.
Yep.
On the channel, so you could speed up your editing. I always have one hand on the keyboard and I have another hand that stays on the mouse, and you know what I'm saying? It don't take long.
These are my editing tools. I have one trackpad, one mouse, one keyboard, and Stream Deck is unplugged because it's in the wood shop trying to get a case made. But yeah, fam, don't do that to your brain, bro. We don't play that around here. You know that. No limiting beliefs, homie. No, we will get that unshook in matter of hours. Like is like that. Let me just make sure. We got one person live streaming right now. Looking forward to seeing more complex shows in the. Yep, there you go.
I got one I want to bring to your attention. It's by Rich. It was right above Alicio's comment that says we live. Yeah, said the vlog the last 2 weeks of February and got burned out fast. But here's the pro tip real quick, because I know we got to get to our next point. When it comes to documentary style vlogging, take that back. When it comes to content creation in general, number one, it's always going to be things that we don't want to do, and we honestly are never going to feel like it. So that being the case, though, it's like when it comes to honestly, documentary style vlogging is super less intrusive comparative to honestly any other form of content, because you can do a vlog and capture clips from the week. And a clip is a 1 minute something like, oh, this would be dope to get a piece of. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like this one thing happened today that's kind of on my mind. I'm a dialogue about that for a second, camera off. You know what I'm saying? So you're not really having to do anything because it's a progression of the what. You know what I'm saying? So even like a show like Friends that is, or even, you know what I'm saying, Living Single is my favorite. You know, it's like, okay, you look at Living Single. Yeah.
Sorry, gang. I got musical Tourette's.
But we would say, oh, but that was a comedy show. No, that's you, your cousin, your mom, your sister, your whomevers that were already doing, or your employees, your at your company, at your office, your whatevers. You always got that one person just like, Susan, what are you doing? Well, this one nail remover polish didn't do the job, so I went and got a second one, and now this one isn't removing. So now I have where my nails look like it's, you know what I'm saying, a pothole on whatever street. And that may be funny to somebody because it's like she literally is at work, got the whole office smelling like fingernail file remover because she trying to, you know what I'm saying? But that's real life stuff. But that's Living Single. That's Friends when Phoebe would be singing Smelly Cat. Because how many people got somebody around them that they know that tries to sing, swear they can sing and know good and daggone well, this is not your skill ever in life, or will it be? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, David. But no, that's the thing. It's like, so even if it's just you don't have, I think the burnout is a mental thing versus a physical thing, because when you honestly think about it, everybody's tired. Everybody kind of got the same stuff going on. But when you think about the documentary style vlogging, it's clips. So maybe if you're capturing content for the week for next week's vlog, maybe nothing happened on Wednesday. So guess what? You don't need to record. So it's not
you can record. You can pull a Rich Graham. You can pull a Rich Graham. Come in.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
That's carried. We still saying that.
Still
saying
that.
Yeah. You know,
Rich Graham, bro. Yeah, forever in my brain. I got nothing.
I got
I got
nothing.
nothing. Yeah,
Hey,
I don't care who
bruh.
says it, and it's like I got nothing.
Dude, last
Yeah.
night, wifey said, "Hey, you hungry? What you want to eat? Like, where we gonna go, right? Because I didn't have time to cook, right?" She's like, "Where you gonna go? What you get?" I was like, "I got nothing." It just comes
nothing.
out, bro.
It come out. It comes
just
out.
comes out. Wait, before we jump in, last thing. See, Heather brings up something that I wanted to just bring back again because we finna get into it. Heather Rivera,
Yeah.
she's so smart, girl. You said I was using a point and shoot camera for my blogs. I had no background in videography. Super simple videos, almost added to the story I was telling. Absolutely, I personally think raw video sometimes does better for me than
produced.
What's up, everybody? Let me tell you this latest thing that
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, Peter. I didn't.
Wow.
No disrespect, Peter, but I
No
was so-
disrespect, but he gave Peter a lisp.
He
He
gave him a
said,
No, you know why?
What's up for it? And gave
I
him a
am
list.
so sick of everyone trying to do him.
Yeah.
Only him. I see.
Yeah.
Do you know who does it? Everyday
Do
Dad,
you?
who has fantastic content, but he starts out with the Peter McKinnon. What's up? You passed that already, bro. You're big
Yeah,
yourself. You're over 50,000 yourself. Do not plus up everybody.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
stop it. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, even so, I'm glad Heather's here, because it's like, even when you think about her husband and you think about, everybody has something that they say, just like I'll say, howdy everyone, or in the chat I'll say howdy. You said, Doc, you'll say hey gang, or if something happens, I'll be like, geez Louise, or it's like, saying like the geez Louise something. I've been saying that for forever. And it's like, I don't care how old or corny it gets, or even if it came back around in style, which I doubt will ever happen. But
This ain't happening, Ma.
I don't think so. And so, but it's just like, but that thing that you say or that you do, that's just you, or even facial expressions, or like whatever, what I'm saying? Like those things that are uniquely you is interesting. But here's the thing though. Another thing that people would do is, and I know we're going to get off the soapbox, we're going to have to, but it's like the crotch shot from Casey Neistat. It would set the camera down and he'd walk into the frame or something and he'd squat down. So everybody, for no reason, like they'll just be in the living room and walk in from like the kitchen and it's a crotch shot. It says, well, just sit on the sofa. What are you doing? Like it's a whole coffee table right there. Why? It's like, do you need that? It's just, but it's a copying, not just like I'm experimenting.
Cool, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Junior said, got me thinking what you would document. Dude, you already doing it, bro. Walking around
got
Hawaii.
something for
Look,
ya.
he got the shave ice. Y'all can't see this right quick, but he got the shave ice in the shot. He driving around. I'm trying to see if I can jump to that part of the screen. You already doing it, fam. You already doing it. You should do something with the hair though in this shot real quick. Hold on. Okay, here's the shave ice. Here's the shave ice.
Cold-blooded.
I found it. Hold on.
Cold-blooded.
Let me jump to this part and then pause it so you guys can see. Because it's giving me some kind of flavor right there. Wait, that's not what we're looking at. Wrong window. You know what? I'll just drag this tab to this tab because it's quicker. Look, that one is from town. That's not from where we talking about, but still, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, you already doing it, fam. Like, just taking people for a trip through our hood and like look at that sky. Everybody right now is freezing their hand pots off. Like Keely, she got snow up to her neck. And she like 6'12". So I mean, just go, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? You kind of got it right there. Okay, I would cut out the camera shaky parts, but fam.
Unless she was talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That
but
shirt
even
is fine. Oh my God, you got the chunks.
pineapple?
No. That's the mochi chunks on the top. I'm thinking that look like mochi chunks, like little rice cakes. Oh, fam, bruh.
Thought it was marshmallows.
Son. You already got it. He said marshmallows?
I thought it was marshmallows.
No, we don't do marshmallows in Hawaii. They just melt
Gotcha.
all over the place. I mean, bruh, you already doing it. Look at that. That is
Damn.
so good. Man, you making me want to go get.
Okay, exactly. Okay, Doc, pull it back, because we ain't none of us ate yet. So let's not do this to ourselves. Because I'm sitting here like, hey,
you pull it
DoorDash,
back
can you
this
help
way.
us?
See,
Yeah, put it there.
bruh.
So here's the thing, though. Guess what just happened? We getting hungry. I'm noticing that I was hungry. Everybody's like, oh, man, the memory from something so simple. All we all saw was a clip. And it's cold as hell everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? We saw a clip.
I'm not even
Yeah,
listening
we're
to
not
it.
even listening to it. We're just watching it. That's what I'm saying. So like, you're sharing your experience. You don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, doing the crotch shot. Just like me and Heather going back and forth in the chat. Like, please stop that. Like, you need one of them in the arms of an angel for just $2 a day. You can stop the crotch shots in the vlog by just holding it up to your face.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's funny. I always say this in the comments, and this is going to sound extra stupid right about now. I always say in the comments, I can tell, like, if I was in Vancouver, me and Rob would hang out. Me and Rob would be friends. I just want to say, just from watching this little clip, I was like, yo, I can tell already just from that little clip, if I lived where Junior lived, we would be friends. I do live where Junior live. I can visit him. Like, I can go catch up. We can go get shave ice or something and talk about vlogging.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he kind of looks like my homeboy Kainoa McGee. They look similar. I hope you're way smarter than him because he's a goofball. But that's my dog. But yeah, I can just tell from watching this video, like we sit down and have like good conversation or whatever. So, bruh, you already on point, man. You don't got to worry about you, Junior. You in the building. All right,
100%.
Oh, man, Heather's just dropping fire today. Maybe we should have invited her instead of
Okay,
David.
we got to move on. We got to move on to the next point because her stuff is leading into the next stuff. It's like I want to hit it, but let's move on to the next point so it makes sense for everybody else.
Okay, go. You can start.
All right, I wasn't ready. I thought you was gonna do it.
Hey, David,
Okay,
hit her with one of these, David.
Okay. So let's get into
a live
point number
version.
2. And I found new shortcomings in 2021 already. 2 things before we go to point number 2.
Doc and David.
Number one,
Double D.
apparently in live streams, when you call me out to go do something or hit a button, I'm not ready. This also translates to Clubhouse with the Rodecaster Pro. It's like, okay, Diana, hit us with the air horn. 45 seconds later, it's like, my bad, it took a minute.
Hey, Sylvia, you know what I just noticed, Sylvia? Remember your Vlogmas about triple Ds? You got Doc, Diana, and David. We in the building.
Hey.
Hey, wait, let me do India real quick. Hey.
Hey.
She's here in spirit. She's here in spirit.
Hilarious. Here in spirit indeed. So the next point that we want to talk about as we get more into vlogging and doing it for your business is camera options and camera choices. And that also comes into the conversation around camera brands. Now, here's the disclaimer. Here's the disclaimer. We're going to talk. We ain't even get to that yet. So here's the disclaimer. While you may have a brand affiliation, preference, or enjoyment of one particular brand, it is okay to say if what you are using may not be ideal for everybody. So our recommendations is simply going to state the facts, and we'll also share our preferences. What you choose should be based on what we tell you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's like
Rob, I want to see that,
just
bro.
so you know,
I want to see that, Rob. You have to do that. Man. You're allowed.
Oh God. You two can stop the crotch shots in vlogs, Rob. So, but yeah, so let's talk about camera. Let's talk about camera options. So obviously there is the issue when it comes between, do you use a camera, a dedicated camera, or do you use your smartphone? Doc or David?
Well, for me, it's been smartphone for sure,
Yes,
because
same here.
I'm not a camera guy, and it's easy. It's quick. It's fast. It's always in my hand.
I've been using a combination of smartphone and my gimbal, which is normally within arm's reach, and I just don't see it right now. So I normally have this, and I bought like all the gimbals. I bought the Move. I got the Osmo. I bought some weird knockoff joint that was like $60-something. And then like a year and a half ago, whenever this popped out, like last October, right before I went to Japan, this guy came out, and I fell in love with it. This is a version 1, Osmo Pocket, and I fell in love with this camera. Is dope. But then Miss D, she kept digging in my ear, and then never mind. We'll get to it. But yeah,
David,
I mostly have been using my phone, bro.
David, your
phone
experience with using your phone?
My experience with using my phone is good because it's had the 4K footage now. I mean, the iPhone, most all top-end phones have amazing cameras in them. So it's been really easy. My kind of pain point with it is, it drops in a .mov file, where, I'm not a photo editor. I'm not a video editor either. Not that it's that big of a deal to do conversions and stuff, but there's a small pain point there, getting it from phone to wherever I want it. But yeah, it worked pretty good.
100%. And that was the thing. It's like, so I'm part of the Google Pixel team. I've had the Google Pixel 4a and the Google Pixel 5. The cameras on those phones are absolutely freaking fantastic. And so I did several different vlogs and just in the car and hooking that up to, my Comic Boom XD wireless setup just to kind of see what that process would look like. And I also have, like, of course, my A6600 Sony camera, my regular mirrorless camera that I absolutely adore. And so when I went to Washington to do a video shoot, I wanted to document that experience. And so I vlogged. And it's interesting how in different scenarios, from going from being at home kind of vlogging with using the Google Pixel phones to going out, and now I'm traveling, and it's more of the like, yeah, now I'm really finna get some stuff. And what did I go between? Because I do have the Osmo Pocket, I got a regular mirrorless camera, and I have my phone. So I'm like, which one do I choose? And the scenario and my comfort level of like being around people or whatever, honestly, in the airport and the back and forth, just because I could pull it out, turn it on, and then put it away very quickly, would be the Osmo Pocket or my phone. And then when I had a dedicated space, like I'm in the office where I'm going to work, then I would use my A6600, or I'm back in the hotel, then I would use it. Or if it's sitting on the seat for a couple clips or something like that, then I may use it. But the transition from like getting the footage, and even though you got like Google Drive or you got Dropbox or whatever, it's just not the same. And you pulling clips from all these different places. So it's definitely not the same. So I'm curious for those that are in the audience, and Doc, you can let me know what comments you've been seeing. Like, what, if anybody uses their phone, like what's their experience, preference, or pain points?
And that's, as a matter of fact, yes. I'm gonna tell you my problem with my phone was, okay, first of all, I like gimbals. I've been around. I had, me and June grew up around my dad in the Steadicam, put the vest on, put the Steadicam, the long arm, like the actual Steadicam, right? We sold those things. So then I'd be running around like this with this giant blogging rig. Let me back it up so you guys can see. So this is a movie robot, and it's dope. It works like a Steadicam. It's all fan and fancy, but I got to take it out. I got to squeeze the phone in. I got to balance it just correct and then go. And so then I was like, all right, cool. They're going to come out with the Osmo, this joint, right? And so, this would be faster. I can just pop it in, open it up, hit the little button. It's already kind of sort of balanced, especially on the iPhone 8 because it's mad light. And then boom, I'm out there running in these streets and I'm doing my thing. But still, I got to do this. I got to open the app. By that time, I done missed what was funny. I done missed what was action. And then here's the other part. And again, this device is dope. Do not get me wrong. But if you have it in your hand, you're good to go. When you get tired of carrying it, it becomes a challenge. So I got to pull it out. I got to do all of that stuff. And then the moment when you're on vacay, that moment where the whales are breaching, and then you're trying to get that shot of the whale breaching, it gone. Right? That moment where something was happening or you saw something unique and you wanted to get it, it gone. Something that you can't see every day in your neighborhood, it gone. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to switch to this because this is going to be faster. But what I want to do, because I want to protect the neck, Wu-Tang Clan, I have it in this guy. So this is dope because it's nice, it's safe, it's protected, you can't hurt nothing. But then what I got to do, I got to open it, I got to fit to get it out. And then by the time I turn it around with my big gorilla fingers and then turn it on and then up, it gone. So all of the above, dope. And we're not going to mention someone calling you or the alerts popping in while you're trying to use your phone.
Video.
So phone is dope if you got it. And we're not telling you to buy something if you don't. Y'all get mad talking about your pockets. I don't want to hear about your damn pockets. If you got to use your phone, use your phone. Don't let that be your excuse. If you are in a position to get the right equipment, let's work on that. But if you can't,
100%.
Don't feel
100%.
bad. Don't be gassed. Use your phone. Matter of fact, if you can, when you upgrade to the iPhone 13, keep the iPhone 10 around and use that because now the calls ain't coming in. Now that's why I keep this 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I have the Osmo Pocket too, and I loved it. The pain point with that is exactly like Doc said. pulling it out, you've missed the shot, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's a great if you have like pre-planned stuff and it's not like documentary type kind of style or something where you gotta get it out quick, those things will work fine for you and stuff, you know. So don't
I mean,
think we're hating on them, because we're not.
I love the especially you got a heavy backpack on, or you're like, it's certain times, like if you're in the airport, if you travel, then you know this hassle. So your shuttle was late, or getting from one side of the airport to the other side of the airport that you're not familiar with is cray cray. And you know what I'm saying? So this is like pre-COVID, mid-COVID, whatever, because you're even more conscious of what you touch, where you at, or if you need to
I ain't trying
lean.
to touch nothing.
You know
I
what
was
I'm
a
saying? You know what I'm saying?
germaphobe
Like,
prior.
Exactly. And so like you have the normal pressures of flying or traveling haven't gone away. It's more amplified when you travel now. But I'm not gonna lie, traveling COVID through the airport was the best experience, because it made them clean all the things that should have always been cleaned like that in the airport. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I will say. But one thing about the Osmo Pocket that I found, which will lead us into our camera versus camera conversation, is the Osmo Pocket uses contrast detection autofocus, which is not like dual pixel autofocus on a Canon, or the phase detection Sony eye autofocus on the Sony cameras. And so what happens is it would be plenty of times where it's nice because it's stable, it's got the built-in mic, and it's close anyway, so it's good for the clip that I'm gonna get. But the fact it's super deflating when you get a dope clip or a dope moment, it's out of focus. That is frustrating. That is definitely frustrating. So that is what made me pick up my phone more, because it's like I'm getting the same kind of, more or less the same kind of quality, but it's like even with the stabilization on the phone is amazing. Just hand holding, original vlogging stick, just a hand in the arm, right? So doing that, I was like, okay, that's cool. But at the same time, if you into video and you kind of start falling in love with it, even no matter where your skill level is at, you like, I kind of want it to look better. So that's point A. Point B of this, now we talking about, of course, Canon versus Sony. Now Olympus is cool. They make the industry standard stabilization, and then Panasonic following after that for image stabilization. But their stuff has sucked for a long time. And now they have kind of gone out of business or sold the company, which is more or less the same thing. And then you have Panasonic, can't focus on itself. And then you also have, which leads us, like Nikon is cool, but it's still a Sony because they use Sony sensors. And it has finger autofocus, as you will see in all of Lim's videos when he get the preaching real good. Yeah. And he was like, because the tree is not worried about if the fruit falls to the and all that stuff. So it has finger autofocus.
No. It's finger. Focus your fingers on yourself. Fuji. You can do it all by yourself, but Panasonic can't do it. Hey,
Fuji
Panasonic
is amazing,
can't do it.
but also has focusing concerns. And their stepping exposure thing is like go from super bright and then it jumped down in blocks. They making improvements, but everybody still got work to do. But it ultimately comes down to vlogging options, camera for camera. We're not going into mirrorless. So no A6400s, no A6100s, no M50s, no M6 Mark IIs. Canon versus Sony. We have over here in the ring, Canon G7X Mark II, which has been a staple and a pillar in the vlogging community. It is undeniable. And then they came out with the G7X Mark III. So that's what we're looking at on the Canon side. And we're going to cover specs and details and all that stuff as well. And on the Canon side, we have the RX100 line of cameras that have been around for a while. I think the RX100 Mark V got a lot more people onto that Sony bandwagon in that space, because it fixed a lot of the things that the 4 had, which basically is the G7X Mark III sensor that can't focus on itself. And so it has that Panasonic disease. And then the venerable, undeniable, new kid on the block, stayed on the block, built a house.
Say it.
You know what I'm saying? Improved the school system. Okay, straight the whole movie Lean On Me was based off of it. Came into a rough neighborhood, changed live out here in these streets, the Sony ZV-1.
Holla back, young.
And And we have one in the building.
We
The
have
Sony
two in the
ZV-1.
building.
Hold on. We have 3 in the building. That would be 3. 3. Is that a ZV3? Is it
ZV3.
automatically changed to the ZV3?
David,
ZV3.
David, I understand your hair situation and your melanin content, but you need to get an afro for the top.
I got it. But I'm inside. Well, that's a question. Do I need it inside too?
You know what? Honestly, it just helps with plosive sometimes. You don't need to, but it helps with plosive sometimes, depending on how close you are or what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's like once it's on, it's like I'm not taking it off.
Yeah, I just never
Y'all
take mine
have,
off
like-
because I don't want to pull the furry draws off. But if you want to see it without the furry draws, there it is.
And this no longer stopped being a family friendly. No, just kidding.
It's like, but the other thing, without the dead cat, it just feels like my camera's pee is sticking out.
And also not a family friendly. This show is brought to you by PBS, brought to you by viewers like you. Thanks for watching.
That's
right. Okay, so let's get into why we think that that ZV-1 is like straight legit. Let's just cover some of the basic specs. It is a 1-inch sensor, so it's 20.1 megapixels. Although megapixels really kind of only matter when you're photoing, but photos for your vlog can be truth. Sometimes you actually need a still, and then you just add a little and come in and out. A progression of stills at a wedding, everybody be glued to the screen. So sometimes that can be used effectively. Okay, so it's good on that. Built-in 24-70. Now, this is a question that comes up all the time. I got my camera. Camera came with a kit lens. I don't know why. I do know why. But they always come with 18-55 or something of that nature. And then the first thing everyone and every brand and every camera blog, every photographer would tell you, what you want to get if you're a walkabout, you're going on your walkabout, is you need a 24-70. So Sony was like, bomba clot, we go put 24-70 in there. That's what it is. Just build it that way. Why not? So it's a good lens range. If you have your clear image zoom turned on, which is one of the dopest features, that gets you out to 140 millimeters. It is a f 1.8 to 2.8 aperture ranging.
Let's just pause.
Okay, pause.
Bow your heads for prayer. Just say, Lord, we thank you for the 1.8 to the 2.8. We thank you for being the Alpha and the Omega, okay? From the front of the Zoom to the end of the Zoom. Okay. Okay, like, so, like, here's the thing, though. It is insanity. Now, here's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, the other lenses have an f1. But when you couple that with the sharpness, that is, what is this? Did they do Carl Zeiss on these? Yes, they did.
Yes, it is.
Of course
they did.
did.
Sony don't push.
Carl Zeiss sharpness lens. This is unparalleled. I'm not joking. This is not even Sony fangirl. This is statistics. Okay. It's like you can go into your Best Buy, go into your local whatever shops, camera shops, and look at the comparison of the lens, like of the quality when you just turn it on, and just look. It's different. So it's like, and y'all gonna see in an upcoming vlog several clips with the ZV-1 versus the phone versus the camera. I could not tell the difference between shots that were with my A6600 versus my ZV-1. And that's just
crazy.
Well, the ZV-1 for me is a game changer because these two amazing, incredible creators over here, they know cameras inside and out. I do not.
I just reading his comment, and I was going to say that it wasn't John, but hi Canada, Steve.
Hey, Canada.
I always want to call Steve Scott because SCOART, like Skull Art, and I get his name. It's his name. I got it right, Mr. Owens. But I always want to call him Scott because when I read that, anyway, he's like not a camera guy. Simple for me. So that's why David's point is valid. Listen to the bald guy. That bald guy.
Yeah, because it's huge. Diana can tell you. When this camera came in and I started using it, it was like game changer for me because we are doing this company vlog and I've been using my phone, which is not ideal on all times. This thing is amazing. I mean, I feel like I can just go and create some amazing content with this camera right off the bat, just turning it on and going. I haven't even done anything yet. They're going to have to tell me if I need to change more settings, but I'm just turning it on and filming, and it's so easy. It's really easy.
And somebody made a mention about the GoPro and the phone. And
that was Pastor Mosifus.
So with that, David, I want you to also talk, because you got a GoPro and you got a dope phone.
I do.
And that's the thing. I wasn't trying to peer pressure you about it, but that's why I was like, well, just use your GoPro. And it's like, in that GoPro. But I know for me, there are times I need my phone to be a phone. I need the GPS, or I need to be it for phone stuff in the car or whatever. I actually need the phone, but I also need to record content.
Yeah, I want to share just a quick 2 seconds with you of how my daily use is, especially with the live streaming aspect in the ZV-1. I do have the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I have the GoPro 9. Incredible devices that record 4K footage. They are amazing. However, I'm using, I want to go from sitting at my desk, recording something, maybe from including that camera into the live stream, and then, grabbing it off of the live stream, taking it to the kitchen, making a cup of coffee as I'm videoing. To do that with the GoPro or the phone, you're pulling up the NDI app, you're launching it, you're doing all this stuff to connect it. Your GoPro, it's another app that you've got to use on your computer, the pain points. This thing, I plug it in, it's working immediately.
Yeah.
I unplug it from the computer. I'm gone from live mode into recording mode, and I've gone across the house and stuff, and it's just easier. I mean, there's no apps to open up. There's nothing. It's awesome. So
100%. And that's the thing. It's like, ZV-1. So Rob also said, use the camera that you have with you. And here's the thing. Honestly, when you get to a point kind of where we are with our business and in content creation, you always do have a camera on you. Because you don't have, like, your phone is needing to be ran as a phone because you're running a business. You got your journals, your calendars, if you're a physical person, or your iPad, if you're a digital person, for when it comes to that kind of stuff. Or maybe you got your computer, if you like me. So you got gear on you already, even just like a normal hustle. But we ain't talking about just going to the grocery store, because if it is something that happens, you do like 99.99% of everybody else, and you pull out your phone. We're not talking about your regular running to the errands kind of a thing. We're talking about when you're intentional about creating content, and that is most of the week. Throughout the week, I have a camera on me about 99% of the time. Even before the ZV-1, my A6600 was rolling with me. You know what I'm saying? So having the ZV-1 now, and let's talk about comparing like the other brands, because I know some people have used some of these cameras that we're going to talk about, but I've messed around with the Canon G7X cameras, but I don't like them. I like them, but I don't like them. I wish they could do some other stuff. And we're not getting off into the G5X, the G1X, and all that other stuff that they have. We're just talking G7X Mark II and 3. So either one of y'all had experience with using those cameras?
No. I'm not a fan of Panasonic cameras. When the GH came out, it was revolutionary, and that quickly died, and they lived in it too long. You can't live in that's why Peyton Manning's sitting down and Tom is still praying. Peyton lived in his win too long. Tom went back to work. I hate Tom Brady, but he went back to work, and he out here 11 years old, still winning Super Bowls. You can't live in your victory for too long. You got to get back to work, and Panasonic didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, the GH5 was monumental. And even like I've had the ZS70 because I saw the need for it. But again, contrast detection, autofocus, and they had it a long time ago. The ZS70, Panasonic ZS70 point and shoot camera, extensively long, zoom range, sharp quality, 4K 30, 100, like it did the high frame rate thing. So it's like 120 frames per second, all of that stuff, or at least 90 frames per second, if I recall correctly. Unlimited recording, internal charging. I'm like, this is it. I had the G85 already, and I was like, okay, I get the Panasonic ZS70. I'm like, this is it. But guess what? It's not like a low light kind of thing, because most things aren't going to be as great in low light. So that's kind of like a dead issue. But just the constant autofocus in a well-lit room, or the questionable autofocus in, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to have to think about it. The fact that, you know, I can pop open this screen, it turns on, and I can just hit the record button and it goes. I like it. And I think that was like the appeal a lot of people had with the Canon G7X Mark II. But we ran into some problems, and Doc, you can talk on this because we got footage. We ain't just talking preference. We got footage. The G7X Mark II versus the Mark III.
I just want to show you
Look at the size
real quick before we get into this. You see this right
Oh,
here?
yeah.
This is my 12 Pro Max, and this is my
Remove two of your fingers, Doc. We can't see the full camera.
Man, you know I got big hands.
I just because you said somebody there. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt you.
I don't like my big hands. It looks like Coco, good gorilla.
But you had it cupped, and so we
Because
couldn't
I
see
got
the bottom.
gorilla hands. My
I was
nickname
just
is
saying,
Coco.
just do like this. You can do half.
Yeah, let me try to do a little pinch.
Teach him.
I put a
Diane.
You
little
can do
pinch
half.
between my teeth and anyway.
It's doing like this. We can't see the bottoms. Is this all I was saying?
Speaking of half, the ZV-1 is half the size of the iPhone 12.
All right, so we're going to show you something real quick about the focus. Wait,
Or the
that
focus.
This one was the Canon. Here we go. This is the GX7 Mark II and Mark II.
G7X.
I keep
Going to
messing-
test the autofocus. So let's test the autofocus. Let's see, is it any better? I've switched it to responsive, which is meant to be exactly the same. I'm still seeing that the Mark II is a lot more responsive. So I don't know. I don't know what Canon thinks they have improved here. I mean, you can just see that I'm staying, like it's detected my face in both. But if I come back, the G7X seems to be picking me up a lot quicker. So, but having said that, look, if I do that, then it's going to pick up the background a lot quicker in the Mark III. So maybe that's the reason why that happens. But if you just, if I'm just shooting my face, or I want, things in the foreground to be in focus, it does seem.
I didn't press pause.
It's going to test the autofocus. So
It's a short
let's
clip.
test.
Never mind. I did it because I pressed something at the same time and it messed me up. So hold on. All right, there we go. I'm laughing at June. June, do not be telling our business out in these streets. June said sorry to Heather because our family is weird.
Crazy, Doc. He actually said crazy.
Yeah, he said we crazy, but whatever. Heather, June, that's my little brother, like real little brother. He's a pain in the butt, so ignore him. I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, it's like we were looking into this. We were doing some research, and it's like you look at the Canon G7X Mark II. Both of them have the contrast detection autofocus, but it was a lot of stuff. So like, and then like just comparing feature for feature. Okay, same thing. 1-inch sensor, 20.1 megapixel sensor. Also, you looking at what was it like 1080p?
Yep.
60.
Yeah.
I think on the G7X Mark II as the highest frame rate. Of course, all Canons have 30-minute recording limits. You also are looking at a price difference. I think that's important to note. Brand new, the G7X Mark II is $630. Brand new, the Canon G7X Mark III is $750. So you get a little bit of a longer lens on the G7X Mark III. All of these have baked-in lenses, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a Sigma 16 and put it on. No, they just baked-in lenses. But it's like, so they added more features. Okay, lens is the same, f1.8 to 2.8, and that's always good when you get in those indoor situations, the restaurant or in the house with just regular lighting. It had the 4K 30. A 1080p, 120 frames per second. They had a built-in microphone with the 3.5 millimeter jack. And they added amazing things like clean HDMI out. And for the first time, we saw where you could live stream from your camera to YouTube directly without needing any cables and all of that different stuff. They made it so that it made sense. But we also added on the problems, from contrast detection autofocus and it not being reliable to overheating. And now we also are looking at in 4K, a 10-minute recording limit, a 7-minute and 30-second recording limit if you're going to do 1080p 120 frames per second. And when the G7X Mark III came out, there was no, and I repeat, no 24 frames per second. And that was also with the Canon RP and some of the other cameras as well. Just Canon being like, y'all don't need it. Get a cinema camera if you want it, kind of a stuff. So
no, it's
when
not
you
even
look at,
that.
like-
It's not even that. That's a perception of what they said. The CEO came out on the stage and said it. Like he opened his face. Like if you want a camera like that, then spend the money and get this and that. And I get it, bro. I get it. You're not supposed to say that out loud. You're just not. Like, but many businesses are like that. Oh, you want that good suspension? Then you need to get a Lexus over the standard Camry. Toyota was do it, but they're not going to be out in the street being like, F your Camry. F your Camry. I quit. It's just that's not,
okay.
they're not going to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's. But I mean, like the thing though, it's like, for how can you tell? Okay, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox and get back to the point. But how can you tell somebody that's spending anywhere between $500, $600, and $700 to go spend now $3,000 or $4,000 for a cinema camera just for a frame rate that comes on phones? Like, and we're not even talking about top of the line flagship phones, just like basic ones like Family Dollar, you know what I'm saying, Dollar General smartphones off the end of the rack, 24 frames per second video in there. You know what I'm saying? So
we are going to give you Insight Photos. We're about to give you the perfect demonstration. That is called the segue, fam. So I appreciate you. Go ahead, Ms. D.
good luck. Good on. No, autofocus. So now we're looking at the older camera versus the newer one, which most people honestly just decide out, fine, I'm just going to stick with the G7X Mark II for Canon until behold the Sony ZV-1. That is the amazingness.
So this is the answer to your question. Insight Photos, that's what it said, right? Okay, Insight Photos.
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
Answer your question right now. Let me press this here button.
Back. So 1, 2, 3. Wow. Sony definitely had it beat. Sony definitely, wow. Sony, wow. Wow.
Well,
I don't even like.
I like the genuine excitement in her face. Like she,
Yeah.
and her hand is too close. She actually did it wrong, and it's still
Going
dope.
back, it's like,
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like minimum focusing distance is on any lens, but so don't pay attention to how it focuses on the hand. It's like when it snaps back to her face.
I think I have to go with the Sony. Another feature of the Sony that you probably seen in my last video is it does have that beauty filter on, which is what girl does not want a filter on her face?
Me,
Oh my goodness. Like Sony really
man. Pastor Eva said a couple comments back that the
Wow.
skin softening filter. Sorry, Pastor Eva, I love you, ma. It's better, but you know, I for me it's just weird because I don't know. I look like I got on makeup, so I don't use it, but I'm a dude. So what do you want? And it don't know what to do with beard hair because it obviously don't know that many Puerto Rican women.
Wow.
We're gonna fight now.
Wow.
We're gonna fight.
Wow.
I'm joking. Oh God,
David, remember to log out of the group chat for that. For
I
the
am.
next 3
I am.
hours.
I am. I've already hit log out right as soon as he said it.
Yo, India's gonna kill me. She's
Wow.
gonna kill me.
But okay, to bring it back so we can, minimize the slaughter, not maximize it. So Kombucha, first of all, if I had burner phones, all the more reason why you don't know I have them, because it's a burner phone and you drop it. All right. So, but so like and here's the thing, when I pulled that video, the first like 2 minutes, because she owned the G7X Mark III already. And I think she was I don't know if she had the G7X Mark II before or whatever. Either way, it's like the point of the camera is to pop up the screen, turn it on, and hit record. Ain't nobody for real trying to be super It's ease of use and having a dedicated tool to do a dedicated job. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that, and that's the thing, it's like when I'm looking at camera reviews, I do not go to the best camera reviewer channels on YouTube. I go to somebody like her that is exactly the target audience, exactly who the tool is made for. And I'm looking to see when she pulls this out the box, what is it doing? The standard settings and the default settings of a camera will really show you, especially in the hands of the target audience, it will show you what a camera is going to do and how well it's going to work for them. The fact that the first 2 minutes of her video using that Canon G7X Mark III, the newest one, had the whole sofa autofocus going on. You saw it just blur. It looked like she was doing a freaking interview for Snap. You know what I'm saying? Like it just blurred.
It's funny and it's dope. And no, I was pointing to Junior because Junior said he got to look at one. Junior, man, Best Buy and Evile, they got open box and they got like two in IAEA. IAEA, we have a city here, the only city in the country with all vowels in its name, AIEA, IAEA. Yeah, go to either one of the two Best Buys. They got open box. Bruh, I saved like 60-something bones. Like, oh, come on, player. It was legit. I didn't buy their warranty, though. I got hookups at Sony. But yeah, that's just dope.
So,
that's dope.
So Dana was asking, saying, is her for the ISO on the Canon on auto? Yes, it's on auto. And what would make the camera take longer to focus? The auto focusing system. That's the difference. So it's not about exposure, or even if she was at the same exposure, brightness, and you know what I'm saying? And if she was super overexposed, you would be able to clearly see that. But that's not the case. So it's not one of those things where it's like, you know what I'm saying, wigging out like anything can do. It's the idea that with this camera running in automatic and it's doing what it's built to do, the autofocusing style is the difference between Panasonic cameras not being in focus. A worse version of that is what Canon is using in the G7X Mark III. And then the G7X also using contrast detection autofocus, but for whatever reason, it wasn't that bad. So it's not the lens. For real, it's honestly like the autofocusing system. They could put worse glass in there, but a kit lens on a camera, on any camera, a super cheap kit lens or a beat up one is not going to focus bad if the camera has built-in good autofocus. So same is true with these point and shoot type cameras. And that's the thing, you know, it's like, so I tried the ZV-1 and I already had A6400, A6600, and I'm like, it drops and it's perfect. I know this. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to buy based off excitement. I do want to do some content around it. And then I rented it again. Shout out to Lens Rental. Use the code Dyna15, 15% off if that's your jam. Or shop local, wherever your camera store is. Rent one from there. So I'm like, I rented it for like 2 weeks, and then I extended it. And then I extended it. And then I extended the rental, and I'm like, yo, I have to. So I waited, got through the rest of COVID. And then now I'm like, I got to get one. And I promise you, the features that's in there is unlike anything that's honestly, until you get to the Sony A7C and then their higher tier cameras, haven't quite made it to the other lineup of cameras. It's like if you put an Sony A7C, the full frame camera, and an A6600 and their RX100 Mark VI camera, if they cooked a meal together, because I'm not going to go the other route. If they cooked a meal together, they made an amazing dish, and it came out to be the ZV-1.
Yeah, so there's just, okay, so the primary difference, though, is there's a difference between phase detection autofocus and contrast autofocus. And one of the advantages of phase detection autofocus is Sony cameras are famously good in low light. You know what you lose in low light? You lose contrast. So that's why Sony cameras don't do that, because they are working to give you good low light capability. So they use a different focusing system, and it allows them to straight up have it. I want to say, in my opinion, because some dingbat always pulls out some really, really old, antiquated Olympus that you can no longer buy anymore. Olympus is basically dead, but we won't talk about that. Sony has the fastest autofocusing system in the business today. As we stand here on February 12, the 2021, it is the fastest autofocus system today. When next week when the new camera come out, that one might be faster. It'll still be a Sony because we know the ZX is coming. I got pricing and specs on ZS already. We ain't bring that up yet. But
Oh yeah.
it's, you know what I'm saying? So, and then what happens, Canon and Nikon, they try to leapfrog, and they'll come out real quick, and they'll bring out something that has like more autofocus points, but it still can't focus. That's the part that's funny.
Yeah.
If you just read 990 something phase detection points, and somebody be like, well, this one has 1,018. Cool, point it at your cat. Cat be like, nothing happens.
Right.
Don't
Hasn't
laugh,
it been
Miss
that
D.
way for a while though with Sony? Sony's autofocus.
Oh,
has been-
yeah.
Their autofocus
Oh,
system's
yeah.
always been on
King.
point. That's why
Yeah.
they sit back. You know, all right, they used to be the dudes that come to the ball court and they pull that, like, what his name? Wesley Snipes and Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson.
White man can't jump.
Yeah, they
Yep.
just sit back and play dumb, like, oh yeah, he can't ball. Billy, when are you gonna get a job, Billy? Yeah. Sorry, Rosie. She got beard too. Anyway, so yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Like a lot of people are not really understanding, and without getting technical, from a standard issue user, you will guarantee see the difference between the autofocusing systems. If you live nearby more, go down there. That's the Best Buy in my terminology. Go down there and pick them both up and play with it, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, he right. He right.
100%. 100%. And then it's like you look. So let's do a feature line up of all of the things that the Sony ZV-1 have. You got the 24-70 lens that it's also a 20.1 megapixel sensor. You also have the f1.8 to 2.8. You also have unlimited recording in 4K 30 frames per second, 1080p 120 frames per second with an ultra high frame rate on there that gets something crazy like a 960 or some other kind of weird stuff that they added in there just for fun, I guess. So like 480 frames per second and all kind of other stuff. You also have access to the ability, something that I didn't know, but is possible and is good. You can live stream. So you have clean HDMI out. Yes, you get a microphone input, but you can also, similar to your A6100, A6400, and A6600 and any other Sony camera, you can record internally at the same time that you are live streaming. And for as long as you have memory card space and battery life, you can record and it won't fly off the hitch. And your audio can be separate than your live streaming because the clean HDMI also sends audio. You also have product showcase mode, eye autofocus for animal and for humans. You also have log profiles. And furthermore, you have Sony Catalyst Browse. So everybody that talks about it's not wide enough, turn it off then. Turn off the stabilization because that's built in. You got the standard and then you got active. You can turn that off and you can use the Sony Catalyst Browse. So if you're into proxy video recording, what you can do is you're inputting your files into Final Cut Pro 10, for example. You're creating proxy files. Go ahead and get that Sony Catalyst Browse for maybe some shaky footage where it wasn't sitting on the desk or something like that or whatever. And let that run. And now you can stabilize your footage using Sony software because it will read the gyro data, meaning it will read as it pans and as it shifts. It is reading the actual data captured from the camera and stabilize it perfectly for you. And it won't crop in as much. So when we talk about comparisons, is there really one truly? Not really. And also, this is at the $750 is what the ZV-1 runs for.
$750? What a bargain for me. And actually, again, open box at Best Buy is like $680. First of all, I saw my buddy Topher pop his head in the chat. Right, this is literally one of my bestest friends in the whole world. Big ups, Topher. Good to see you here. And Topher, when I say my buddy works at Sony, that's my buddy that works at Sony. That's my dude, right? So you always see us at the B Alpha events and you know whatever. He helps organize them things. But yeah, so Dana, the question, I mean, we answered it, but just to make sure, in case you didn't know we were talking at you, that phase detection versus the contrast detection. So that's why it looks a little darker. Also, if you notice back in the video that we showed prior where the dude was showing the Mark II versus the Mark III on the G7X, even then, because of the way their contrast detection works, his image that wasn't necessarily focused right was showing up as darker because it's trying to use that contrast to focus. And I thought he just had a bad lighting angle at first because it makes no sense to me because I'm a Sony shooter. So I've never seen that before since my 40D, which was way back in the day. David had Afro like out to here back then. So yeah, like I was like, I thought too. And then it's because the contrast. So you can tell just by how horrible the contrast is because that thing ain't focusing straight. So that's another reason why contrast autofocus sucks.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, honestly, how many of us are in super contrasty type scenes or scenarios? You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the who this is for, that's not the best autofocusing system to be solely reliant on. And it's like and here's the thing, when the G7X Mark III came out, it made a lot more people go get the G7X Mark II, whether for comparison's sake for, to do videos and stuff around, or to just see for like the young lady did, what's going to work best for me. And a lot of people just went with the older one because for whatever reason, they didn't dumb it down as much in that one. And for that guy, as well as other more experienced people like Potato Jet, they'll do super nerdy type stuff, or Gerald Undone will get into all of the nitty gritties.
Gerald would tell you the amount of metal. This one was ancient Mesopotamian aluminum concept that broke down when the sun was in Mercury rising on the third phase around the 237th day of Jesus. This is how we came up with this phase metal that allows the camera to hold the battery door shut.
Listen,
like, what, Gerald?
And then as soon as you get through dropping all, like, this video is brought to you by LetsGet.Live. If you're looking for a free Ecamm Live overlay packs, you can go to LetsGet.Live, not .com, but LetsGet.Live and get the free overlay pack for Ecamm Live that you're seeing right now.
Yes, sir.
Shoot. But yeah, it's like, and that's the thing. It's like when you don't, and honestly, we shouldn't have to get that nerdy. We're entrepreneurs. That are creating content. We should not, unless you want to, like we got into the tech kind of a stuff. Okay, but we're only getting the camera, and we're really honestly just trying to learn enough to be proficient in producing our shows and our content to get back to the business of getting more business for our business. It is not our job. It's not our job to understand how contrast detection autofocus works, but it makes us question and figure things out. And the fact that
it's not my job, I'm just a nerd.
It's just like, so here's the thing. Everybody that's been connected to us when it comes to the tech side of things came because our nerdiness can help them do that more than the brand that's making this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Topher, don't tell June that. You know how his head get. What? Y'all went to the same school. No, Topher said, June, you know more than me. And I'm like, don't say that. All right, Miss D, I'm going to let you finish like Kanye, but check this out. The twins is correct, and I'm going to guess this time Shantavia. She'll tell me which I might be wrong. Anyway, she said, learning camera every day, but straight out of the box, it was gold. You know what I'm saying? That's the key right there.
Yes.
Straight out of the box, it was gold. And that, my friends, is fire. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, man, we can transition, go wherever after that, because that's the thing. Even for somebody like us that are nerdy,
Luis,
that's not right. That's not right.
Panasonic focus points are in Braille. That's funny, bro.
That's good. That's good.
Luis, bro, you win today.
That's good.
Yeah. You know what? Here's a problem that drives me crazy, right? And I wish this terminology, before we channel, I wish this terminology would just die in a fire. Okay, this terminology is ignorant, and every time you say it, you make yourself look ignorant. So I'm going to just call you ignorant, and if you want to fight me, my email is down there. We're going to talk about this. I can't stand when somebody come up to me, to my face, talking about, well, you're just a Sony fanboy. Yeah, so what? Why not? Yeah. Why not enjoy a good product, right? Right, I got friends of mine.
Good things.
I got friends of mine with horrible tastes that are Natty Light fanboys because they like Natty Light. I'll drink that mess, but I ain't going to go to them and be like, "Oh, you should be drinking Budweiser because Budweiser is better than Natty Light." Nah, both of them is
And
nasty.
let's just not
But-
get it twisted. Everybody needs to drink Tutankhamun. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, thank you. I drink Yamazaki 18, fam. I don't drink no Budweiser or no Natty Light. But that's
Oh,
not
my
the point.
goodness.
Like coming up and telling somebody that they shouldn't enjoy the brand that they spent their money on. Yo, the
Mm-hmm.
camera was $750. I got mine on sale at Best Buy $680 open box. But
As did I.
it's $750 of my dollars, fam. Damn Skippy, I love it. Right? And if
680, I
it's-
think I got mine for.
and if it sucked, I would be like, damn, Skippy, I effed up. I spent $800 on this piece of S, right?
Mm-hmm.
What most folks won't do is say that they effed up, okay? I will show you point and this right here, this Firefly movie, this was a $400 gimbal, and I get what they was trying to do. I get their lineage. These guys make the ones you see in Spider-Man when he flew through the car window, came out the other side and kept doing. That was from the real Firefly. They brought some of that movie technology. All your Avenger movies, all of your high-end action movie scenes are shot on the grown-up that this came from. The actual like gimbal system in most high-end movies is Firefly. So I bought this because of its lineage. I assumed it was fitting to be great. This is what I really think of it. I'm just telling you, it's a piece of squat. I don't like it. And I have no problem saying I effed up. I bought something that was a piece of crap. Don't come at folks with, oh, you just like this brand, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm in the business of making my business make more business. So if this is fitting to help me get there, I'm cool. But if not, I'm a Manchester United fanboy. I'll stand toe-to-toe with Liverpool people and fight. We talk story all day long about it. What's wrong with loving what you love? That concept, the fanboy concept is the dumbest I ever heard as a way of like trying to make your point less valid. That's ignorant, fam. If you can talk to me about actual things that work and not even just specs that sound great on paper, because this is what the Android people would love to do with people. Well, this has this feature and you can blah, 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 blah. And it sounds really good at the store and I know why you bought it. But how many people still use some of that stuff every single day in real life? They don't. Why? Because Apple and Sony tend not to put in features just to get it out the door. They put in features that you will actually use on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about it's called the tick mark feature. In the industry, you will hear people talk about a tick mark feature. It sounds good, it look good, make you want to buy it. And then you buy it, you use it once, and you don't. How many of y'all actually use the defrost button on your microwave? Holla at me. Just if you use the defrost button on your microwave, let me know, because I don't. If you use the reheat button, if you use the reheat button properly, like reheat 1, select plate, dinner roll, casserole 2, select. If you use the actual buttons on your microwave, let me know in the chat, because I'm going to call you a liar. That's what happened to tick mark features. Holla, popcorn, quick minute, game over.
Yeah, that's it.
$2,000 microwave, popcorn, quick minute. Nothing else.
That's it. That's
Them
exactly
fools
right.
got me. I am one of them. They got me. I rolled in. Bosch, stainless steel, high-end micro. We need one of these. This is better than the Costco Huron brand. Man, you. Holler back. Sorry.
Miss Eva says she do. Miss Eva, ain't nobody gonna. First of all, because you from St. Louis, so nobody's gonna question you. Second of all,
I'm scared. I ain't trying to die.
Second of all, it's like people that you know that can cook. It's like if you know that whatever tool that they have, they are effectively using it. That's just like saying, hey, do you use this blend setting? If they a chef, they like, of course, I use it in da 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 and say stuff that you can't even keep up with. So Miss Eva, ain't nobody questioning your gangster, okay, in regards to whatever it is that you using. Let's just get it real, you know. But I like what Dana said though too, and here's the most, and that was one of like the most important things when it comes to camera reviews. That's why I said I don't only watch the best of the best and who is spilling out the technical jargon or super pretty B-roll or whatever amazing vlogger. I go to who that is intended for the basic of the basic user that don't know what f1.8 mean. They may think it means French fries for all we know. You know what I'm saying? Like. They don't know what that means. And that doesn't mean anything to them until you say that helps you get a blurry background and make sure when you go in a restaurant and doing a vlog with your family, you don't get those sprinkles in the shot. And they be like, oh, cool, because my last camera had that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a deal. Right. But, Dana and Doc had this comment saying real world reviews are where it's at. Like all things in the world, we need to, and then make sure we listen to the opinions. And that's the perfect thing about exactly what Doc just talked about.
That's why I'm telling you, Dana's cool because he wear that leopard skin leotard and he understand. Listen to both sides, fam.
Yeah, it's like, and that's the thing. I'm going to give you the facts. Doc is going to give you the facts. Even David can share what he knows about the camera. But even when I ask David certain questions about, like, matter of fact, let me stop. I'm gonna pause on that. David, what's been your experience using this camera? How has this been, for you?
You've made it big time when you're in the RCP as a sound clip.
There you go. There you go.
Before I dive into that question, I also want to acknowledge Dana. It's not the leopard tards, Doc. It's the massive weights that he was working out with in his hands. I think they were the 2-pounders. That and the leopard leotards was on point. My experience with the camera has been just insanely easy to use. I do understand more than I did a year ago about camera jargon, aperture, shutter speed, white balance, all these things that are important and stuff. But even, I think it was the twins, Be Love Inc. that had that comment in there, golden out of the box. This thing is just so easy to use. I can't tell you. I mean, Diana can share with you what my experience was like. I was elated. This was like game changer for me because I have A6500 that you're seeing on me on now. A6600 that I'm looking at over here.
Mo Cephas.
Hit him with them. I was just going to say, hit him with the Mo Cephas angles.
Hey, Alexa, turn on the love light.
Yeah. This thing excites me so much because I feel like I can use this thing in any situation, and I feel kind of lost and clumsy with these other cameras because they're in manual and they're set it and forget it. If I took them off of these tripods and tried to go do what I'm doing with this camera, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen because I need to know more about the camera. This thing is flip open screen, see myself. It's got me right in the shot. It's got a zoom on it and stuff. And it's just easy for a non-camera person for me. So I'm pumped because I am going to start vlogging more. We're doing the company vlog. Y'all got to, check it out whenever we start dropping those episodes every week. I'm excited because I'm going to be doing it a lot more now. I feel like this camera gives me that option. I can take it, go put it in my pocket, use it around the house, wherever, and we good.
Dana,
100%.
Dana know what's up. That's why you gotta have it 1 point. When you ain't got no hair, you need that. So you get nice smooth fringing around the bald.
For the deacon's cut.
Nah,
left.
Dana, listen, bro. Listen, we pulled it down and it pulled it too hard. That's all we did.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's it. Tell him, Doc. Preach to it.
Hey, but look at this avatar. Dana pulled the hell out of his. He pulled it all the way.
Okay. Hilarious.
Yo, that's super funny. Okay, we got one more video to show y'all. One of my favorite creators too, and again, this stuff speaks for itself. And I mean, I can't speak it. You
may have to skip through it because I know it's I don't remember exactly how long that full clip is, but you may want to skip ahead through certain parts. I think.
We'll see.
Most worried about with using this wide angle lens is A, does it affect the gyro image stabilization, and B, probably more importantly, does it affect the autofocus? Let's do a little walking test right now, and we'll use Sony Catalyst Browse. And I'm not going to say anything. Let's just pay attention to the background. Do we see any extra jitter? Because in reality, this camera has a fixed lens built in that you can't remove, so the camera is probably optimized to stabilize those focal lengths and not an 18 mil. So let's see what happens.
All right, before Tim keeps moving, fam, I caught you in a bad frame, Tim. I always catch people in bad frames. Look at how guys, I don't want you guys to get nerdy about this, but I want you to understand what dynamic range in a nutshell is. Do you see the shadows to the right of my brother's ear?
Yeah.
And then look at the open sky to the left of my brother's ear. and you get to see all of them stops. Okay, you guys basically in
Built-in
exposure.
ND filter.
When you turn the knob and it gets darker, you are changing your exposure. When you turn the knob to get lighter, you're opening up. You get the exposure. He has all of that exposure in a single shot, and that's hard to do even with iPhones, which have computational whatever. To do it live in video is a little different. And the reason why this works so well is because this camera has a built-in ND filter. It's a neutral density. Think of it as a pair of Oakleys for your camera. Sorry, I don't buy cheap shades. Look at this.
None of
Look
that
how
warpy
smooth.
wobbly stuff in the background.
No tearing, none of that weird stuff you get.
All right, so
with
now we took the
camera
wide angle adapter off, and I want to do a walking test and stabilize in Catalyst browse and
roll. Oh,
see
he
how they
did buy
compare.
that Ulanzi adapter.
That's why I was showing the clips.
Man, come on, fam. Look at how good this is. I don't know what Tim
Sun
did
is
with his hair,
terrible
but
today.
yeah,
Nope.
just jump in over here. But just look at the quality, bro.
Trying to shoot.
Oh, he bust out the X-Rite tester.
Insane. I am
Yeah, the
super
minimum
close to
minimum
this. I'm
focusing distance
touching.
on this is crazy.
That is insane. I am super close to this.
Okay, so that brings us to the point about why this is dope for your business. If you do products, right? Say you're Beloved Inc. or Press and Sew, or somebody that has products they need to show. Maybe you're Michelle and you want to show off your latest leopard skin fan.
I'm getting me a damn fan, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like you
my
can get in
gosh.
there and I can actually show you the quality Japanese writing that's on the back. That's the
Oh,
lyrics
do you
to
have
the,
yours hooked in, Doc?
I unplugged it because I wanted to show
I
how
do.
small it is.
I've got mine.
But yeah, I mean, just
Here.
think of that, fam. That's just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
By the way, Doc, I'll link you
Hold
a
it
special
through.
video we might be able to end with, on the stream. Just saying in the chat.
Why David sending me stuff? Man, there could be somebody naked.
No, they're not naked. They're not naked, but that'll be gold right there, brother.
We still got one. We still got one more clip to get through. But
Yeah.
So like,
I want to see.
so as we're going through all of this for the different camera options that you have, and here's the thing. Like I said, back to Dana's point, when it comes to understanding what it is that may work for you, preferences are important because you'll know if somebody's in your kind of line of work, or they're a trucker, or they're doing hair salons or whatever. They can tell you how well it held up or how well it didn't, or in the office or whatever the case is, because it's like you'll be able to see exactly what it is that is working well for you or not.
How you gonna
but
have
it's
preview
like also
mode and
why
still screw it up?
I have the
Exactly.
camera on me right now, by the way. I've got the ZV-1.
if you do Doc, you can show them full screen.
Let's see. I have
Mid.
Oh yeah, check it out. We go to preview mode and then we go to DB. Oh, I actually had the right DB on there. What'd you know? Boom.
What you know about that?
All right. So this is the ZV-1
In a low light situation.
in a very
Victor
low
one-
light situation.
Very low light
Very
because
low light.
David think he a pimp, so he got his joint like dark.
Hey, don't be hating.
Kinda
Don't be
hard out
hating.
here
Don't be hating here.
No.
Let's do it. So, where are we going? Which way you want? You want motion? You want focus?
You have something
Wow.
on your. Oh, look at
Holy cow!
that. There you go, Dana. So never mind what that girl did in her
Holy
video.
cow.
Look at
And then that's in low light.
Holy cow! That's low
dude,
light.
That's low light focusing on the giant Cajun palm. Not that close,
What's
bro.
up? What's
People
up,
trying
family?
to eat.
What's up?
Oh my god, man, let me stop this, bro.
Come on now.
He said,
Come
"Let me
on
stop
now.
this."
Hey, somebody,
Hey.
Get over here.
Alexa, order me a barf bag, please.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. There's
Hey,
barf bags
well,
are now
let's,
in your
you
cart.
I'm gonna do the.
And so another thing with glasses, people don't trip off of this. Eye autofocus is hard if you don't have anti-reflective coating in your glasses. And these frames that I got this time around accidentally didn't have them. And eye autofocus can either the autofocus can either focus on your reflection or whatever's in the reflection of your glasses, or it can actually focus on your actual eye. And the Sony ZV-1 as well as the A6600, any of these that have the face detection autofocus and the eye autofocus like the ZV-1, it still focuses on the eyeball, and that's insane.
Insight
And even the
photo,
background.
give me like a week or so, and I'll
Blurry.
show you. But I can tell you right now, I'm gonna put money on this. I will bet my reputation on it on the real estate walkthrough video, because here's the thing: walkthrough video is a walkthrough video. Like, I own a real estate company, so I could do it for you just to prove my point. But if you walk through the mall and it looks good, or you walk through the restaurant and it looks good, or you walk through outside and it looks good, it'll look fine in the real estate walkthrough. If your real estate walkthrough don't look good, that's just bad camera technique. That's nothing. Well, it can something to do with the camera, but technique is technique. So walking, get a switch pod, which will give you a little bit more stability, or like a small Zuyu 2 crane or something. When you put it on, you get the nice little stability. This has very good built-in stability in it anyway. But as a pinch camera, it'll be real easy to. It's called a pinch camera because you got to pinch it. It'd be very easy.
Put us back on screen, Doc. We can't see you.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, I'm still looking at
You still on, David?
Hey, I'm just
come out of this
pimping
live
over
demo.
here.
Right, there you go.
Pimping.
So, you know what I mean? Something like this, where you're in a pinch mode and you kind of just walk in, take your elbows, they about touch themselves, and pull it down to your chest, and then walk slowly. Kung Fu, one foot in front of the other, or do the Japanese kendo slide with your feet, because you should have your shoes on in the house anyway. You slide in your socks, and then you're good. And then you just go to make a body turn. Don't move your feet. Just turn your waist nice and slow. I mean, bruh, I guarantee you this camera will rock because of the high dynamic range, because of catalyst brows. This camera will smoke. And here's the other thing that's crazy. Now that I have it, I could just hand it to her and be like, do it yourself. Because as it stands right now, you're the photographer. Can you come and do my property? I don't feel like going to do no property, woman. I'm trying to be live with Michelle getting drunk.
But it's like, even like with the making, and here's the other thing with Sony,
Okay.
like making the subtle improvements. Because even when I had the Panasonic ZS-70 and you get other similar cameras, it's like when you are recording and then you start to zoom in, you get the noise of it actually zooming in and out. And then you like, oh, okay, well, let me zoom back out. And you got to sit there and listen to that. But when you are not recording, the ZV-1 will make that noise. But when you start recording, it'll slow the focus down so it's a more normal and natural autofocus pull, and the noise is gone. There is no noise.
I feel like a midget over here because my camera's not set up right. Just saying.
The other thing also is like when you are talking about the dynamic range and stuff, Sony added in not just a product showcase mode. So if you hold something up to the side, not necessarily blocking your face like usually we would have to do, but just holding something up, it notices the product and will focus on that without you having to block your face. And they also included an exposure mode, knowing that this is a camera made for people to self-document, to record, create content, whatever. And there's always going to be a light behind you most of the time in a lot of scenarios, something, a light bulb, a window. And it's like that, always trying to find that right angle can be frustrating. And so it has on there where it has face priority exposure. So even if the light behind you is blown out or is super bright day and it's the windows behind you, it still will properly expose for your face. And that's the dope thing. So if y'all are part of my Buy Me a Coffee, the members, then you saw I dropped a vlog where I was just talking about my new merch shirts that came out. Shout out to Press and Sew. That came out, and I was going through the packaging and talking about, like, as you're building your channel and whatever with the merch, okay, this is going to what you would consider patrons, your patrons or whatever, but it's in the Buy Me a Coffee. Okay, so my members, my Buy Me a Coffee members, they got a behind the scenes vlog of me getting my package, going through, trying it out, feeling the fabric, what I like, what I don't like, what I think was dope or what I think was cool or whatever the case is, which it wasn't nothing that I didn't like. But it's just the idea.
That was an easy video.
Yeah, it was, but it's like, but I ain't trip off of it. So it's like behind the scenes, you see all the crap. But I forgot it was that time of day because I'm not thinking, I'm documenting. Right. And I'm trying to share value. So when people are talking about, oh, what should I do for a merch shop and blah, 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 blah. OK, let's talk. Let's talk some business. But I'm sitting at my other table and the windows behind me, it's a super bright day. And then with the snow, when it's with the snow, you're getting even brighter scenes because the light is reflecting. Okay, well, all that means now is the window is super overexposed. Any other camera would turn you into a silhouette and you're black completely in the shadow, but the window is exposed, or it's exposed for you, but the background, like, it gets really weird. The ZV-1, not only is the window still doing what the window is doing, but I'm actually exposed properly and you can see me and I ain't do nothing. Like, the camera is running in, like I said, it at 30 frames per second, and it'll fluctuate between 24 and 30 frames per second. And then I also would put my ISO in auto. It does fine. So even knowing a bunch of camera stuff, it does a great job in doing its own thing in auto, because it's like it's built for what you're going to use it for versus, you know, a bunch of crippled devices by Canon, for example, with limitations. You can make whatever you want to make with whatever you want to make it with, because the content is always going to be king, but that's not the point. We're talking about the cameras now. So when we're talking about actually judging the cameras, Canon falls flat. And if you got anything, most people got the G7X Mark II, or they just use their phone.
Keith out here making trouble to me. You know, one of the things that we wanted to cover real quick is that conversation that came up about the still using the phone versus like getting something dedicated. And again, trust me, fam, like I used my phone forever and I thought it was dope, but I can see where having this guy is so small, they fit in your pocket like nothing. Yeah. Just be able to whip it out and be like, you got that whip appeal. Come on.
And to have that quality is amazing. Yeah.
All right. But wait, I don't think nobody caught that. So here's what I'm talking about. So this camera's off. The on button is on the top. I'm not going to touch the on button. I'm going to put my finger somewhere like here where I'm not touching the on button. I'm going to pinch it like this so you can see. I'm just going to grab it. It's on.
On.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I go like that. It's off.
It's going off.
It's off. So if you trying to buy me a coffee and all you want to do, like I'm out here, I'm doing some stuff, I need to get that work done, I'll be just like, bam. Okay, listen, fam, we're here at, you know, such and such and such. I am recording today, live stream with David and Miss Diana Gladney. And, you know, we're talking about using the ZV-1. I can do this. So this is my old A6600. This is the Mandalorian. This is the way. You know, like
this is the way.
And then as soon as you're done,
the way.
You can just close it. And then when you close it, it's done. Like that, my fan, dude, that is roundabout.
Yeah, that excites me so much, man.
Waking us up and then trying to go to this camera and whatever. Yeah. And the stock camera on the iPhone is good, but most people that are filming with their phone are filming with Filmic Pro or Pro Camera or some other stuff. And unfortunately, they don't let you swap that, you know, screen button for another app. If they do that, I'll be happy because I don't use the stock camera like that. I just don't. So
we didn't even talk about customization, but you know, this is not to be a ZV-1 review video, to put it that way.
Yeah, we get into that. We can get into that different.
It's more things in this camera built to help you than anything else. Like, just put it that way with the features.
Yes, Dana, you're 100%. I say this all the time, Dana. I tell people that because when you were born, your eyes was closed. The first thing you heard was, and the second thing you heard was, man, don't slap me, fool. You know who I am? No, I'm sorry. You heard your mama go, pobrecito, or the Japanese, kawaii, oh, my pretty baby. So before your eyes could open, you heard stuff. So that's why the sound is important. This camera does have dope sound, and I just use a little PP on the top, and it sounds even better. But this is a Rode, so this one is like $89. But the non-Rode version, the one that Miss D have, is like 20 bones. It's not even expensive. And even if you shoot it with your iPhone, you should use one of these. I actually did a video at Vlogmas explaining about using this with my iPhone and my switch pod and my little Ulanzi adapter. And the problem with this is this: by the time I rig all of this mess up, my iPhone is not my iPhone no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it lost its je ne sais quoi. You guys are Canadian. What does that mean? I don't know. That was a joke. Get it? Je ne sais quoi? What does that mean? I don't know. he got multi-language jokes. Anyway, so by the time you go through the hassle of rigging all this here up and then getting this in here, and then it always don't like my case. It's just a bunch of things. Like it's all the small things. So nah, I mean,
And that's
Then you
why
got a face
most people
detect for your
default.
phone. Turn it sideways. Try to get it. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, and then when you get ready to take a call, you got to undo this stuff to do that, or use GPS or
you could be
whatever.
like this. Hello? Ow.
Dang, I was about to say that mug. You did not slow down.
You be like, hello? No, I'm filming. Call me back. All right, I got you. You just look mad weird, you know?
Yo, if y'all don't know, the switch pod is 1,000% all metal. Like it.
Yo, this is
dangerous.
You know what they say? Iron sharpens iron, bro. Anyway,
dangerous.
Let us show you what it looked like comparison with the iPhone 12.
Yeah, let's get it.
No, not you again, Dana. Sorry. I just pressed the I'm about to play the other wrong video. Okay, here we go.
All right, so what you're seeing right now is the Sony ZV-1. I have it on a basic standard profile, and I have it on a selfie stick. I'll show you in a second how this looks. But this
you can
is
tell
the
you
shot
got it
that
on the
you will
selfie stick,
basically be
dude.
getting. You know, just coming out of a Sony ZV-1. Nice walk. I have it on active stabilization, and you know, I basically just have
why it's
the
cropped
wind
in
muff
so
that's
much.
supplied with the camera to be able to sit here and do a vlog.
But see, look, that is pretty good considering it's on the selfie stick. Normally I want something a little bit beefier because you get less bounce, but it's actually holding good and no ripping in the background.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's convenient, right? It's very lightweight. It's small. I mean, I also got to carry
It's all
this.
head though because he got that active on. So
It's going to supply me with a mic and a little tripod to be able to give me this type of audio and this type of stability. But, you know, we'll go handheld as well. But this is the wide angle lens, which is basically the equivalent to a 13
it's
millimeter
ultra
lens.
wide.
And you got, you know, options to zoom or whatever with the triple lens setup. So this is that look, and this is what this looks like. And now we're back on the ZV-1.
Okay, hold on real quick.
Without the selfies.
Real quick. So this is the ZV-1 natural audio. To Dana's point, this is the ZV-1 natural audio. The other one was the iPhone 12 with a $250 Shure vlogging kit with the MV88. And I'm telling you, bro,
that mug is legit.
that's weird because normally iPhone sound is pretty good.
It's good. Yep.
But Henny's a producer. He ain't Keith Pelzer, but he's a producer. So he know audio. So he might have even touched it a little bit, maybe not. But it sound better. I mean, it could just be me. You know,
Still in active stabilization to make sure I can get the same type of stability. But you can see I'm cropped in a lot more. But hey, the question is, do you actually need an extra camera for your online content creation? Can you just use the iPhone and let it be everything that you need? Now, say for instance, you don't have the budget for something like this, right?
That's
the
what I'm
Shure
talking about.
MV88 plus, you know, whole rig with the
said
tripod,
that,
whatever.
Henny.
Believe that is probably around 200 and something extra dollars.
250, bro.
So you're just getting just this camera, just this phone. And this is the audio quality that you get. And this is the wide angle lens. Now, I can go to a tighter lens, which is gonna give me even more image quality, but it's gonna have a tighter look. Let's switch to that. Now I'm on just the iPhone 12 Pro with the
That's
main
about what the
wide
standard
lens.
would be on
Walking
the
and talking, let's
ZV-1.
check the stability and see exactly
Yeah, but
what
the
it's
audio is
looking
still
like.
not
But
as
the
good
main
as the
thing you're gonna have to
ZV-1.
realize is when you're vlogging like
No, I'm
this,
saying the
you really can't
angle
see
of the
this stuff.
shot.
You gotta
yeah,
It'd be
basically
more.
hope that
Yeah,
you're
it's
in
too
frame
punched
and
in
hope
because
that
you're
you're
on
not too
active.
close to the camera. Now this is the front-facing camera of the iPhone 12 Pro, which most people will probably start using. Now I have side by side, I'm holding both the Sony ZV-1 over here.
But okay, hold
and
on.
the iPhone 12 Pro.
Stop. Henny. Okay,
Something
listen.
was off then.
No, something was off. But I want you to see something though. This dynamic range on the ZV-1 side is dope, and the iPhone 12 Pro has fantastic dynamic range. But it's look how dope this is on the ZV-1. Like he's using the wrong lens for a true comparison, but look at how both of these guys have fantastic dynamic range.
It looks
So
good. Yeah.
That's
I have side by side, I'm holding both the Sony ZV-1 over here and the iPhone 12 Pro here. I have the iPhone 12 Pro on ultra wide, and I have the Sony ZV-1 as wide as it'll go with active steady stabilization.
The Sony side just has a different level of like depth with the audio. And if you're an audio person, you got it. No, that phone, Caleb, I can't speak English, Caleb. The phone he's using is a standard iPhone 12 Pro Max, same as this. And then the camera that he was talking about is the Sony ZV-1, which is what we were speaking on today. And, you know, again, I love my phone. I use my phone a lot, but I never want to use it naked like he just did with a selfie stick. I'm going to bust out my gimbal. I'm going to bust out, you know, a bunch of other things. If I'm going to use my switch pod, I'm still going to use the exact same, you know, Rode microphone with the Afro on it, you know, connected with the switch pod and the Ulanzi phone grip. And it's a setup thing. It's just a process of it never fails to, right when I'm in the best part of the video or I finally got the line like I want. Hey, what you doing? Man, I'm shooting a video, dummy. Why you call right now? So I'm sorry.
Well, David, you got the GoPro, you just got the ZV-1, and you had your phone, you got all the accessories that you want, you got the gimbal. Why didn't, again, just because I think people think, oh, y'all tech and da-da-da-da-da. We have the everyday man, you know what I'm saying? That is a business
everyday
owner.
man. Yeah.
It's like, so why not do the whole full rigging experience thing with your phone or a GoPro even?
First of all, because I'm not that person. I'm not a full-time content creator that is like, I need something simple, quick, easy to use that fits into my day because I'm doing a lot of other things, but I've wanted to for a very long time to take that content and document it and record it. And I never was super easily because even though this GoPro turns on in 2 seconds, I can set it to where I hit the on button and it instantly starts recording. Or let me back up. I hit the record button, it turns it on and automatically starts recording. So you can start capturing content really, really quick and stuff. But, you know, the ease of this to transition from live streaming to filming to, you know, all of the things that go into it, I'm good. You know, I mean, it's for me, it's just simplistic. It's very, very easy rather than messing with the GoPro, the phone, all of the adapters and everything. I got to tell you, I don't put the microphone on mine. I mean, I haven't yet. Maybe I will after seeing you two with the microphone and the dead cat.
Don't get gas syndrome. If you sound good with it, leave it as is because it's small.
Yeah,
because
I'm usually using it in a relatively quiet space, my home. You know, I go from the office to the. You know, I'm not outside. I don't have ambient noise.
It comes in the box with the little dead cat. So just in case you could, if you're somewhere windy, I got to move.
I use that.
Sounds so bad. I got to move the hair out of the way.
Oh gosh.
So
this video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're looking for a website, you can.
So, like, if you have to go outside, it does come with the little built-in dead cat that you can use. And in Hawaii, dope. I will probably carry this around because here the wind will just go from this to it's a hurricane. David is coming through. Hey, this is Doc Rock with the Weather Channel, and we out here in these streets. And all you hear is so it's crazy. Hey, Caleb, man, I wish you had to come earlier, bro. We definitely get into these things. And we try to get a little in depth because what we're trying to do, Caleb, is we're trying to stop the madness of, you know, this kind of like mostly idiotic gear fights, crazy, I don't know, pointless conversations that do anything. When we're trying to tell people that for right now in 2021, the ZV-1 is the best vlogging camera out there for someone who is not a cinematic blogger, whatever, if you are a business blogger and your business is getting more business for your business so that you can do business, this is the answer. This $750 right here is the answer. It will cover your content creation. It will cover your live streams. It can do live streams. You can do live streams with a USB cable, user capture card.
Yeah.
it will be good for you to take to
Hashtag capture card.
record. We're talking about documenting and recording your journey, your process, and sharing that with your clientele, sharing that with your workers. It'll up your Zoom game so your Zoom meetings don't look all whack.
Man.
I mean, it can cover so many bases for the average business-oriented creator. Now, the straight YouTubers, hey, it's good for that too, because technically YouTube is your business if you're doing it correctly, and if you're not, watch some other streams we got for you because we teach that too.
And I think Elaine is a good. I think Elaine is a great person to speak on that, because she mentioned how she wasn't not quite there to like get the A6100, A64, and I get it. That's super intimidating, because I definitely felt that way first time I got my first DSLR. That was like the Canon T5i at the time. And so, because it's just like, golly, I'm gonna have to learn all this stuff and da 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 da. And so I got a Canon Power Shot like 120S or whatever the heck it was. So, you know what I'm saying? I got one of those, but it was horrible.
Horrible, as we say.
Horrible.
That's funny.
Oliver.
Like no
the
joke. And it was no
was
flip-up screen. The Panasonic was better than the Canon back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, but it's just like comparing worse with worse. Would you rather be shot in the foot or shot in the toe? It's like, well, it's kind of the same thing, but it's like, yeah, but you might not get a nail grow back if we shoot you in the toe. It's just like, yeah, but there's also a hole in your foot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what are you choosing between?
Yes.
So, but you know, at the end of the day, though,
choose life.
I want to say this for me, you know, I can see this camera as turning me into a much better content creator, video, you know, creator, because it's so easy for me to start with and allows me to create amazing content. And I see the possibilities because I do Zoom calls all day with our team. I do, you know, live do twice, you know, live streams and all that stuff. So, and this camera fits in every single one of it, you know.
I thought you were going to say crevice.
You're ruining your
no
own
doo-doo
stream.
and crevice. No doo-doo and crevice in the same sentence, bro.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this section of a clip real quick. Hold on. I saw something yesterday.
No.
Here we go. I'm gonna play this in the middle, and hopefully I have it set up right. Oh, I have to turn.
But I like what David said though. Before you transition into that,
no, I'll download it because I don't want to have to do some extra work. Go ahead.
Got you. Yeah, I like what you're saying, David, because that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, even being a video person, most of the time when I'm self-documenting, recording content kind of stuff, I don't want to have to think, like, you fall right back into that. I just got started thing. It's like, I got to rip and run. Where's my passport? Where's my suitcase? Did the baggage thing get checked in? Let me make sure I take this note real quick. I'm on a call. And so the fact to flip out the screen, it's on, you hit record, set it, you know, it's going to focus on you. You know, it's going to hear you well. Like, this is because I'm in here. When I'm out and about, I don't have that on there. I do use the little wind muff thing because it's like, if I'm willing to do it with this, you know what I'm saying? It's going to have the built-in mic when I do it like that anyway. So it's like, I'm not that worried about it. If I do want a little directional mic at a time, I rock with the little Saramonic right angle microphone. It's super duper small. It's literally like this big. And so that way it pops into my pocket or my bag. And because the camera is going into a little pocket. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So if I want the microphone on there, I can. If not, then no big deal. But I'm not rocking with it with the full vlogging setup. And as much as I love the switch pod, I don't use it for my when I'm going on the go daily documenting type stuff. But in the office, it's extremely clutch. And if you was traveling and doing a conference, then it's extremely clutch for that. But otherwise, it's like, even the pros fall back into those moments of, you know what I'm saying, I need this to just work and do the right thing for me without me having to literally change every little nut and not nut, but nook and cranny type thing or whatever, you know, type deal. So I agree with you 1,000%.
That's weird. Okay, so this may or may not work because It loaded the video as a WebM. That's weird. Let's see. Maybe I can do something.
Summertime, brothers and sisters, grab the girl and boy next to you and come to the field.
You can hear music.
Marlon, where I teach
The audio comes through.
him how to vlog.
Oh yeah, we can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna just do something the old school way, and let me get it to like the 7-minute mark, and then we'll be good. All right.
Okay, doke.
Switch, punk. Oh, you can't do that.
Switch.
You can't do that. You gotta make.
We'll be right back after these messages. Today's show is brought to you by LetsGet.Live. If you're looking for an Ecamm Live overlay,
Listen, okay, I'm bringing who everybody thinks is the GOAT. Okay, and then he was talking in this area roughly about camera stuff, and I want y'all to hear something. Let me back up just a little bit, just in case we miss it. All right, let's go.
Camera, I'm shooting it in 4K with a nice wide lens. This is a perfect shot. I've got a light right there. I'm trying to make myself look good. This is the best I have right now. But when I'm out running in the morning and I want to film my runs, the best I have is my cell phone. I keep a point and shoot in my backpack in case I don't have this big camera, because the point and shoot is a little bit more dynamic than just the cell phone. So not
All I want you to hear. That you carry. He got a phone, right? But you carry the point and shoot because the point and shoot is more dynamic than the phone. But the key element of what he said, he got the big 4K. It's sitting right there, right? He does have his phone, but he also has this. When you start shooting, doing this stuff for real, you will shoot with what you got. But it is dope to have this. And if the GOAT says use a point and shoot because it's more dynamic than a cell phone, never mind what we just said for the last hour and a half. Listen to the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And I love what Elaine is saying too. And I know that like Elaine has his camera.
Elaine.
And I'm about to jump on these deity mics. I was going to go get a deity lav for this. But I didn't go to Pro Camera yet, so I'm gonna get up there today and probably pick one up.
Elaine, why do you do this to us? You know we have buying problems. You know it will be added to cart in 2.2 seconds.
Yo,
we've been talking about the deity microphone. We've been talking about that deity microphone, and we've been
because the deity lav is the truth.
Well, you missed what she said. It was the dual shotgun microphone. It's the one that has the mic on the front and the back, and it has the mic input. So if you have you seen that, Doc?
I'm doing it right now. Come on, don't throw me under the bus because Elaine will shoot. Elaine
No. I was just asking. I didn't want to overdo. Okay, so I'll say this for all those that don't know. Deity microphones is a brand of microphone. Shut up.
Payback.
Because you know why? You know why I paused and I'm like, am I supposed to press the button? Did we rehearse this? Did we talk about this? Is it in the notes? It's not. Dang it, he got me. All right, no. But no, the Deity Duo type microphone is D4. The one. It's a shotgun microphone. Yes, D4 Duo. It has a microphone in the front and it has a microphone in the back. And so not only does it connect in through a regular microphone with 3.5 millimeter, but you can also replace what you want the front mic to be or whatever the case is. It's a dual vlogging microphone because most of the time when you have most of us place the microphone to face the front of us, but it has a dope microphone on the back so that if you're documenting, which now I say this out loud and makes me want to add this to cart faster. You can be heard. So you're like, yeah, so right here, this is where in the Excel spreadsheet that, I needed to change this. Okay, the mic is now facing this way. So you have this kind of effect happening on your microphone because your shotgun microphone is like that. And it's not until you turn the camera back around and you like, okay, blah, 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 and it's facing you again. But what the Deity does is have one of these on both sides. Plus the connections if you ever want to hook it up to something else.
It's
a brilliant. Y'all don't have it added to your card already?
Yo,
I'm not like.
I'm texting Tony at Pro Camera Hawaii because I try to buy local. I'm texting
Let's
Tony
Get Live
right
is
now.
doing a name change to Let's Spend Money.
Hey, you know what? I could buy one because my PayPal just said Elaine sent me $5. So Elaine bought me a coffee. I took the link off, but she did it anyway. So now this mic is only going to cost me $84. Thank you, Elaine.
You are awesome.
Never
You
mind.
are amazing.
You are the best.
Awesome.
And remember,
remember,
you
you
have
have
greatness
greatness
inside of you.
inside of you.
Inside of you.
You are awesome. There you go, Coach. Man, we did a horrible
I'm
Coach
doing,
impersonation.
decided to do my own.
When we
voice,
could have just
my
hit the
own
button.
Rich, well, you asked the wrong person. You should have asked Elaine because this joint is bad. This joint is bad.
What did he say? What did he ask?
About this mic, and I know what he was talking about. And then
Oh, the Deity.
Oh.
I've been watching it. I've been watching. Deity is one of those companies that's kind of like Comica, kind of like Ulanzi, because Ulanzi, we've been talking about some of their accessories.
Sorry.
Welcome to Doc Rock Radio.
I got musical Tourette's, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Look, we got class pretty soon, so we got to finish this up. Let's get through this accessories real quick.
Yeah.
I got to stuff my face and then go to school.
Yeah, me too.
Accessories are going to be a different video. I know I'm doing a recorded video for my channel about that, but brands to look at: Deity, Ulanzi, Manfrotto for the Pixie and stuff like that. But if nothing else, out the box as is, the camera's amazing. Anything else is extra.
Yeah.
Like seriously, anything else is extra because even if you don't get something to hold it with, you don't need a switch pod. You don't need a Manfrotto Pixie. You can get one if you want one, but you don't necessarily have to use it. It's nice because like it's at, height level when you're sitting down at your desk and you're trying to get these kind of shots, then it's cool. And they're brilliant. And I gave one away for the 10K giveaway on my channel and it was super dope. So shout out to Switch Pod. But at the end of the day, how you plan to use this camera, it's already got everything built in for you to do it with. Any accessories that you buy is just extra to making you more proficient in creating content.
Correct. And again, if you're not going to go get a new phone, a new camera, sorry, I just got sidetracked by this V mic. If you're not going to get a new camera, at least get your phone started and start business vlogging. Like I cannot tell you how much, like there's people right now that I vibrate with because I originally started watching them on their vlogs. Like I have bought things. There's a guy who does a little vlog, but he also does a teaching channel. It's called Burification. He talks about your sharpening of your culinary knives and your kitchen utensils. And these guys know because I zoom from my kitchen sometimes. I am a culinary master. I have crazy collection of custom made Japanese knives. And I just like knives. I'm Puerto Rican. What you want? Wow. But I ended up buying stuff from him. Like I buy his whetstones. I buy some of his sharpening things, whatever. Because I watch not just his YouTube videos, but I've seen his vlog content, and I just feel like it's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And there's people like that on TV. Like we used to watch Alton Brown because his cooking show was almost vlogging style. At the same time, he was teaching. We all of us vibrated with Alton Brown better than say Emerald, who just bam, 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 bam. Let me teach you some stuff in like a kitchen.
Same.
His show was kind of sort of boring. Alton was always here, refrigerator. Oh look, there's a natty light inside. I'm not going to drink this mess, but I'm going to use it to marinate the cod. We're making beer battered codfish today. It was different, bruh. And everybody went with Alton Brown. And now it's funny because YouTubers all do Alton Brown oriented tricks in their videos, but we all learned it from Alton Brown. Don't lie and say you didn't, because where did you see it prior to that? I can't think of it. I could be wrong. But I don't remember none of that. I don't remember the camera coming out the coffee beans. But when you watch Let's Make Art Josh and he's showing you how to make a cup of coffee, or Peter McKinnon showing you how the beans are falling on the camera, come on, son, that's Alton Brown. So yeah.
And you can't find any even show on primetime television that's not in a vlog or documentary vlog style, because even like HGTV and Flip This House and hell, you know what I'm saying, This Old House from back in the day, that's exactly what it is, documentary style vlogging. Couple clips got music, maybe a few transitions, but nothing spectacular. The story was I don't know, it's like we bought this house and now we put all this money towards it as our first flip, only to figure out it's termites in the back porch. And now we got to go figure out how much it's going to cost to redo this. And we've never dealt with this before. And now we're looking at, next episode or whatever, It's just like now it's like, I don't know. Those vlogs are real. Just because it's on HGTV or if it's you doing it, you don't like, it's the same stuff. And literally, instead of a person holding the camera, it's just you sharing those same things, like in the car. Okay, I just got off the phone with the realtor. We can't close. And now I'm frustrated and I'm pissed off and I feel like I wasted my time because, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the things matter. Your storyline matters, and the work that you're doing is already the story. You don't have to create one. And that's the beauty of it. Right. You're documenting.
Yeah. And again, even if you did nothing but took your camera or your phone and took a process that you do that has to do with your business, right? See, your process is like, okay, I'll pick on Mr. Riley because he's the last comment that I seen. Okay, he just said, hey, go ahead and put the DD mic in your Amazon cart. There you go. Okay, I'm going to pick on Mr. Riley because you see, Mr. Riley is an educator. First of all, big ups to the real heroes in our country, educators. Okay, Mr. Riley, even better, is a special needs educator. So even more big ups to you, my brother. Like, I appreciate you for that because, you know, teachers, without teachers, we be stupid. Okay, so imagine just to show some energy in what might be a boring academician conversation. He's like, let me start with a little video. And so he does an Edgar Wright cut of setting up his classroom, virtual classroom. He got a virtual classroom. So maybe if you guys are unfamiliar with an Edgar Wright cut, let me show it to you real quick. There's like bottle, slap the table, bottle open, bottle pour, look, pouring coffee machine, beans, hot water, wait, steam, coffee fill. Mr. Riley come in, shot, cup to the table. You see big body hit chair, knuckles go like one of this to the camera real fast, mouse click, zoom, and then, hey, it's Mr. Riley's world. Let's get into it. That's an Edgar Wright cut. If you've seen Baby Driver, there's 1,000 movies. That high-speed transition, 21 was a dope movie. Anyway, that's called Edgar Wright cuts. What a fantastic way to engage before you sit down and do some boring academician talk. We're going to talk about the way the modern learning is done through kids in a more immersive process, because the immersive process allows for, you know, more maturation and early development brains of children between the age of, say, 3. But if you start out with the boom Edgar Wright cut, now everybody's like, damn, Mr. Riley, he's a great let me listen to what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why you want to learn this stuff. Even if it's just simple, original vlog, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Holla at your boy.
Man.
Could you be mine? Let's go see Mr.
Shout out to
McFeely.
Mr. Rogers.
Anyway, I just want to throw that out there real quick as a good way. Before we go, we got special guests, compliments of David, and I hope this works because
let's do it.
Why don't you come dance with me? It will put you.
That's your spirit animal, Michelle. Your spirit animal.
What did we
ladies and gentlemen, the ever impressive Dana Lattery. You know him, you like him, you trust him. With weights. Yo, Dana, my
Go
G.
to DanaLattery.com for all your leopard leotard prints and accessories.
He got that new OnlyFans page popping up soon, so make sure you go check out your boy Dana.
Support.
Yo, fam, that is so dope. I can wake up to just cracking up to that every day.
Rob said, God, make it stop.
Hey, Mrs. D said you got to get more crotch shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Look,
bro.
Like, we were trying to help you, give you some examples, Rob. Shit.
Yeah, it's just education, Rob. Hey, we'll see you in class. Gang, if class is a few minutes late, it's because I really got to take a whiz. and then come back. But class is session. We're gonna have a quick after wraps. If you're brand new around here and you don't know how these classes work, you're on the Buy Me a Coffee page, and you can just buy a cup of coffee. But if you also look in there, you'll see we have the Drop Squad, and that's where Doc Rock Peak Performers, we get in, we dive deeper in these conversations, and instead of just talking at y'all can talk back at us. We share. Michelle talks about branding. David talks about WordPress and some sites. Owning your own digital real estate, which my man is mad passionate about. We get into more of the business side of things, like how to put all of this together. That's the type of stuff that happens in the Drop Squad classes. So you are more than welcome to join. You don't have to be a member just to get in. You could just come to a single Drop Squad class like today. Just go in there, press a little button. Otherwise, you can come in and get in. And yes, tell me that wasn't the dopest way to close out the show, right, Andrew?
I love
tell
it.
me.
I
that
love
was
it.
just
I
boom.
love it. David, are you feeling inspired to go out into the good old?
I am.
weather
I can see my ZV1 leopard leotardness weightlifting.
The Zeiss
going
lens
down.
does not deserve to see all the crotch shots that's about to happen between now and April. It doesn't deserve it.
Hey, I'm gonna have to order you one, Dana. I'm gonna need you to send me the link because we're roughly, tree sized men of a certain size. So I could probably wear that.
Now entering the 2021 leopard Leo.
I want the three of us to collaborate and create that video when we're all together.
Dude, I'm going to wear that joint to the beach. I will go out to the beach in Hawaii and scare the hell out of some tourists. I'll be like,
all right,
hey,
everyone,
man.
thanks for joining us for today's live stream. We appreciate you. Make sure you go to LetsGet.Live for your free eCam overlays. Please don't go to Amazon.com and type in leopard, leotard, or anything of the sort. The ones in America do not deserve, and abroad do not deserve crotch shots of that variety. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on PBS again next week. We'll see you right after these messages. No, just kidding. All right, let's send out the invite link. Yo, what? Yo, it says connecting to your audio. Hold on, let me get India and David in here. Wait, so your audio's back. India, what the hell is going on with you?
Is this
No, David,
right?
we can't. Lim, what is going
I
on?
can't get the Buki, so should I use this camera or this camera?
It's this one, right?
Which one?
This one.
No.
Am I good? Can you guys see me?
No,
How do I
India,
sound
your
right
green
now?
screen.
Is
No, that's too loud, Lim. Turn it down.
Hold on. How is this now?
Oh God, no.
Push.
Mira, Lemio, necesitan arreglar su cosa porque
No. And Doc, why are you purple? No,
I got an idea. Let's go to eCam. Okay, let me get some people in here. Boom, 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 boom. Aloha. Welcome to the stream. I'm Doc Rock. Okay, gang, let's get live.
Let's go.
Dona Montana style.
All right, gang, we really appreciate you. I have to play the commercial because it still cracks me up. Let me back this audio down just a bit. I just wanted to say what's up. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, Tuesday we'll be back again. We're going to dive into more things. This is how we do it around these parts. Class is coming up in roughly 20 minutes. It's going to take me just a taste longer than normal just because I got to eat real fast. But yeah, come through. Maybe I'll set the class, open the room early. Y'all can come in and talk amongst yourselves until I get there. If you're not in the class but you want to join, go to this Buy Me a Coffee link. Click on jump in the Drop Squad class. And that's where we be at. Or become a member and you're automatically in there like swimwear. You'll see the post in the members only post. And yeah, we'll see you Tuesday. Miss D, I appreciate you. I will have links to Miss D in the bottom. I will have links to the Digital Buddha in the bottom. Or you could just join the group. DocRock.live/group. Boom. That's it. If you want to see how to buy some of the stuff we talked about today, it is in the description, but also docrock.live/kit, or you can check out the store at shop.amazon.docrock or whatever the heck. I can't speak English. Game over. What it is. I appreciate you,
Peace out,
folks.
everybody.
Peace out. Holla back, youngin'. Whoop, whoop.